Hello and welcome to episode 266 of Retro Encounter, RPG Fans Weekly Podcast of many topics. I'm Mike Sollosi, and I'm here with 4 Tales of Historians for reasons that will be clear in a few minutes, starring with Alana Hagues.
Hi, everyone.
And Stephanie Sybydlo.
Hello.
And Niki Fakhoori.
Hi.
And making his Retro Encounter debut, Kaleb Curry.
Ooh.
Hey!
Welcome.
So Kaleb, this is the first time we've spoken. Are you related to Steph, Ronald, or Josh Curry? I have to ask.
I am not, and not.
Okay, all right, good. So this Curry is gonna have a totally fresh stuff.
Derailed.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like.
Well, anyway, thank you, Kaleb, Niki, Alana, Stephanie. We are here to celebrate Tales of for a very specific reason. The 25th anniversary of Tales of Fantasia is this month, in December 2020. That game came out in December 1995. And so I wanted to do an episode about it, but it would be a little bit boring for everyone to play a kind of slow-moving 45-hour 1995 RPG for just one episode. So we decided to do what I like to do sometimes, and that's make an awkwardly structured game and play it around a specific topic.
Yeah.
Exactly. And last year we did one of these for Final Fantasy, a Final Fantasy fantasy draft. So now we're doing the exact same thing for a brand new series, a Tales of Fantasy draft. This is
going to be spelled PH fantasy?
Oh, well, now it is. Okay. Yep.
You might get confused with a certain other game we played this year, though.
I accidentally called Phantasy Star 4 Final Fantasy Star like 3 times on those podcasts. And,
you did, yeah.
And now they're in the ether, recorded in the internet for eternity. So everyone will know me as a Final Fantasy Star dyslexic. Great.
Fantasia draft.
But yes, we are having a Tales of Fantasia draft. And basically how this works is I made a set of categories, and each of us is trying to create our own Tales of team within those categories. And those categories are 8 total, 1 for main character, 3 for side characters, then 1 villain, 1 mascot, 1 summon, and 1 flex. Flex can be any of the previous 7 categories, like if you want a 4th side character, or a 2nd villain, or a 2nd main character, or whatever. Or Flex can be any character from a Bandai Namco game. So if you've ever wanted to include Pac-Man in a Retro Encounter episode, now is your best opportunity yet.
What would his mystic art look like?
Ooh,
would it be how similar would it be to his Final Smash? That's the thing.
I think he would enlarge in size very much. Every enemy would turn blue and be paralyzed, and he would just run like ragged through all of them.
Beeline right through him.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
I like that.
so a little bit like his Final Smash, but not quite in the spirit of what we're talking about here. I don't know if we're going to go into the mystic arts of, oh boy, potentially 40 different entries for this episode.
Jeez.
But we will make a full-faith effort to each develop our own Tales of team, and of course, once a character or summon or thing is drafted, no other player may choose it. So, everyone, I think we're ready to get started. I just want to jump into the conversation quickly, not going into how much we like Tales or which ones we've played or anything, because that would just take up too much time. We all like Tales. No one's playing Gatekeeper here. And we decided on a turn order before we recorded, so it's going to be Niki, then myself, then Steph, then Kaleb, then Alana, and then reverse order on the even-numbered rounds. And once all 8 rounds are complete, we will share our teams with everyone. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Niki, what is pick number 1? It could be from any of the 8 categories.
Oh boy. So I'm going to pick my first side character.
Alrighty.
He's one of my favorite characters in all of video games. So he's my favorite Tales character.
So you gotta get
overall.
So you gotta secure him early.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no. I can't be without my husband, the one true love, Jade Curtis, Tales of the Abyss. He's mine.
All right.
I love him.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I love Jade so much. Yeah.
Like
he has
just
so many.
a little bit psychotic at one point, but you love him anyways.
He just does like the bare minimum for his redemption arc. Like
Right,
the bare minimum.
Yeah. Right, yeah, like, I caused all the problems. Sorry. He doesn't even say sorry. That's what's the best part about it. He's
And
like,
he was such a
for
brilliant and antisocial youth that he almost ended the world as a teenager, basically.
He's an active participant in trying to fix things, you know.
yeah, he does regret things, but I think ultimately, like, yeah.
Ultimately, he lives for sarcastic and sardonic put-downs of Luke et al.
I do think it's the form that he's got red eyes, too. I don't know. I always thought it was a cool touch.
Yeah. Don't forget he drinks blood as well.
And he's got the best belt ever.
So Niki, what do you think you and Jade are going to serve at your wedding if he's a blood fella?
That's a great question. I haven't thought that far yet.
All right, plenty of time for planning, especially since no one's having a wedding.
The blood of
What an
our
odd
enemies.
question
If
that
anyone
Nikki was
picks
just
my
throwing
other
there, no?
favorites here,
Okay, the blood of your
What
enemies.
about some red
to serve.
velvet?
There you go.
That could be the cake, yeah.
that'll work too.
But,
that might be better.
No one's having a wedding in this social climate, so we don't have to worry about your wedding between you
Yeah,
and
it's
Jade
not going
quite
to be
yet,
anytime
Niki.
soon.
Got it.
Like, oh, that was a weird question, but Nikki rolled with it. She's like, I've not thought about this cake.
All right, so now it's my turn, and you really think I should have thought about this in advance, having only one possible entry taken away from me at the beginning. But I am also going to go with a side character. I am drafting Flynn from Tales of Vesperia.
Good pick.
He's got a good head on his shoulders.
I enjoy Flynn and Yuri's relationship so much, and I think that Flynn is sort of like the ultimate, like, do-gooder best friend who is always there for you, but is also kind of a square.
Like usually the Tales hero in other situations.
Yeah, exactly. Normally a Tales hero would be more like Flynn and less like Yuri, but they sort of made the foil a little bit in reverse. Like Yuri's Renegade and not Paragon, and I really appreciated that. But I especially appreciated Flynn, and playing the remastered version of Vesperia, where he joins your party permanently, was a delight.
Yeah, he's a really great character. And actually, I know we're not going to go into, like, specifics, but, like, Flynn is multi-purpose in terms of, like, attacking, magic, and healing. So,
Yeah, he covers
he's a good one to have.
He's like a paladin that can do several things, while Niki's boyfriend, Jade, is mostly a powerful magic attacker.
Correctly.
Very much, yeah. I'd say you almost need him for the area or field of Phonon stuff.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, he's practically necessary for it.
He's the best for setting up FOF skills, that's for sure.
Such an underutilized kind of gameplay adjunct.
Yeah, that was something I definitely messed around with a couple times, and then it's like, screw it, it's too much effort to set these up every battle, I'm just going to try and win.
I like doing them.
They're fun, but
I always had the ones that were
effort.
set up to every main element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it easier. But okay, we're about to find out if the next pick is going to involve some Fields of Phonon. Steph, what is your first choice?
I just had it. Hang on, I just lost it. Oh, yes, Malik Caesar from Tales of Graces.
All right, he's
my first side character. He cracks me up. He has very little stake in the story outside of his brief little character moment, and he just kind of acts like a little kind of most of the plot. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He has some of the best attacks too. One of my favorite attacks of his is a mystic art where he fires a laser beam from his back.
Oh, I love the Malik beam. It's so good. I must admit, like, Tales of Graces is not one of my favorites, but the mystic arts in that game are so good.
I love how fast they are. I'm also going to say they are very fast mystic arts, and I really appreciate that.
Everything about that combat system is nice and quick and snappy.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
so good.
I regrettably have not finished Tales of Graces F, although I do have that PS3 copy. But
do it. You can get so many hours out of it. Sorry.
The more I play Tales games that don't use TP, the more I want fighting systems like that, because
I think they're going to do away with it. I think even they're kind of sick of it.
Yeah, they didn't do it for Berseria for sure. I think they're sort of moving away from battle systems where you run out of spells to do your cool moves all the time.
Yeah, because it was always the same thing. You just buy your TP recovery stuff and that's it. You spam until it's gone, and then
pine gummies are so expensive.
Pineapple gummies are expensive.
They are. They know what you want to do.
Those gummies make me want to go to the Korean grocery store and buy Kasugais.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are delicious. Okay, all right. If we're talking about Korean grocery store snacks, maybe it's time for the next pick. Kaleb, what is your choice for round one?
My first choice is actually pretty astounding to me that it was not anyone else's first choice. Rapide.
Rapide from Tales of Vesperia.
It's got to be Rapide.
So, do we count him as a side character?
Really hard. This is like a character-driven series, so for me to actually pick is so difficult.
So hard. You told me he couldn't be a mascot, so
correct.
Like,
well, I was going to suggest he's the main character of the damn game.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, what part of the story doesn't run through Rapide?
Yeah, in my game, he literally carries the entire team, because there's that fun little costume on the Nintendo Switch where he wears all, like, the plushy people on his back.
Yeah. I love
Right,
that
I remember
so
that.
much. Yeah, he also has one of the best side quests where you just pee all over the map. It's great.
I could never finish that because it's so time-intensive.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and also he's got the Terry Bogard costume, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does. That's another reason why he should be the main character.
Yeah, looks a bit like JoJo or whatever. Or Joe.
Are you okay? Buster Wolf. He is the Buster Wolf.
Rapide's a really, really good dog, though. Like, I do like, his role, and it must have been fun for the voice actor to just go into the studio all day and go, ruff.
I always think it's funny when they get, like, a full voice actor for an animal character.
Yeah. No, but that was Frank Welker's career for decades. He was the animal voices in a zillion Disney movies. Like, he's the tiger and Abu in Aladdin.
Is he the trash can lion guy in Lion King?
Oh, maybe. I'd have to check. But I remember as a joke for Futurama, they gave him a voice role that was an actual voice instead of an animal. But he was he's a little black alien in a diaper in Futurama. Nibbler, yeah, correct. That's it.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so it's just like for once we're gonna give Frank Welker a real voice, but also have him screech around like a weird alien monkey.
It's a good voice too.
Mm-hmm.
No. He has like the most austere voice,
and he has a fascinating Wikipedia page to dive through. Let me tell you. But anyway, none of us have.
I also do like Rapide's general look. Like that is like the toughest looking dog I've ever seen, and I just kind of like the ongoing joke with like Rapide being kind of rude to Estelle. Weirdly.
Oh yeah.
Estelle's like the little kid that always wants to pet the dog at the guest's house, but the dog is sort of like not interested in the kid that's a little too eager.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
I have both been that kid and seen that kid, so I understand Rapide's struggle. But speaking of struggles, Alana, you have a struggle because you have 2 picks in a row.
I do.
At the end of the first round and beginning of the second round. So tell us both of your picks, or if you're not 100% set yet, one and then one.
I'll do one at a time. So I'll do a side character as well, like everybody else. I'll take Eisen from Tales of Berseria.
That's just for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is just for me. Well, I mean, I this is the most predictable pick ever. If you know what I'm like, I love pirates. So, Eisen is a pirate, but also Eisen can turn into a dragon. Not intentionally, but I guess the downside is, the Reaper's curse and everything. I've got to put up with all of that. I love him so much. Yeah, Eisen is great. I think I love the misfits in Berseria anyway, and Eisen is like the kind of central calm of that group, but even so, he's got his own baggage to deal with, and
Also, if you can get a single stun on one of his combos, then his meter just goes through the roof, and he never stops punching ever.
I played the whole of Berseria as Eisen, basically. Yeah. I loved playing as him so much.
I feel like every monk character is the funnest to play as.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's a little hard to be the point character in boss fights, because he has to inflict a stun or a knockdown or something to get his meter going, and bosses are usually resistant to that. But that's just I'm just going to go to easy mode, which means playing as Velvet.
Yeah, but also like Niki with Jade, Eisen is basically my husband, so
Oh, sounds like a double date.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a really spicy double date, wouldn't it? Jeez.
So much drama.
Malik and I are going to rule the USSR Russia fantasy version of Fendel.
I'm probably going to be at home with the cats because Flynn is at the castle working late again.
He would be a cat person, wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I think Flynn's totally.
Well, except that he's co-best buds with Rapide along with Yuri. But anyway, okay.
Can we have a dishonorable mention category, like one character that we can fire into a lava pit?
Let's finish the regular draft, and then we can do a most hated at the end. I promise.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh God, now we got to plan while thinking.
Oh no.
Welcome to Retro Encounter, everybody.
Yeah, congratulations. The overplanned podcast where you need to be 8 rounds ahead at all times. Okay, Alana, what's your second pick?
I'm going to go for protagonist, and I'm going to take Luca.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Luca from Innocence?
No, Luca's from Xillia 2.
Who am I thinking of?
Oh.
You might pronounce it Ludger. I don't know. I did not know that this was pronounced differently, but in Europe it's Ludger, so it's always been right to me. But anyway, Luca is a mute protagonist for the first playthrough, but in the second playthrough he's got a voice, and he's a bit of a himbo, isn't he? Really, he does some stupid stuff throughout the game, and he's adorable. Yeah, and he's also got a cat, which is cool, and he can cook.
And he can cook.
Yeah, but the main reason I'm picking Luca is because he is probably the most powerful character in the entire series. He's so ridiculous. Like in battle, you can swap between dual blades, guns, and a hammer, and he can.
So cool.
Yeah,
and you. A hammer.
And you can use a skill called Chromatus, which turns him into this. I don't remember. I haven't played Exilium 2. Yeah, it makes him super powerful.
Okay, Alana, hold on. So he has a weapon that transforms between blades, guns, and a hammer, and he transforms into a demon. Are you sure you didn't accidentally draft Dante from the Devil May Cry series?
I mean, I could have drafted Dante from Devil May Cry 5. It's really a shame that Dante is not. Devil May Cry is not made by Namco.
Oh yeah, in that case, I would have my first pick might have been someone from DMC if that was the case.
Not Mega Man.
Gotta be Mega Man.
Don't make me choose between Dante, Virgil, and Mega Man. Don't, please.
So you and I are going to fight over Dante, and you and Kaleb are going to fight over any Mega Man character. So
we'll figure it out. But anyway, to make it clear earlier, I think it was a combination of Alana's accent and my not having played Xillia 2. I thought she said Luca, L-U-C-A, who's the main character from Tales of Innocence. Sometimes he's Ruka, R-U-C-A. So that's why I was a little confused at first. It's
never going to be Luca.
No, it shouldn't be anyone from Tales of Innocence. Let's be real.
He's about as interesting as a piece of construction paper.
He's a whiny child.
Wait. Maybe I'm mixing up my DS protagonist. Is Luca the white-haired one or the brown-haired one?
The white-haired
one. White-haired one.
He kind of looks like a mini
Luther. Much better.
He does.
Yeah.
I haven't played Tales of Hearts, but I did regrettably play a translation of Tales of Innocence, which I did not finish, and truthfully got sick of by the time I was ready to stop playing it. But anyway, enough about me. Now it's about Kaleb. Kaleb, what is your second pick?
I'm trying to decide between a side character that I know is going to get taken or a mascot, because, that's what we're all here for.
And I'm not sure if we're clear enough on mascot. For the listeners as well as for all five of us. Mascot can be any character that could reasonably be called a Tales of classic archetype or non-human character, but cannot be a fully playable character. Like Repeat is not a mascot. But maybe Tokunaga could be a mascot. Maybe the Orse Otters from Tales of Legendia.
He's usually actually merchandised as a mascot.
Yeah, I've always thought of him as the mascot of that particular game.
Well, we drafted him as a side character, so that ship has sailed.
That's fair. I'm not going to argue.
I'm not going to get too...
I'm just actually-ing it.
Sure.
Because I can't.
Honestly, if I can have two animals...
You can have two animals.
I'm okay with those rules.
So. There's also you could possibly have three, depending on what you interpret as some side characters in, like Tales of Rebirth.
Oh yeah.
You guys know
who looks like Kamari.
Eugene.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go for mascot.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to upset Alana because she literally just mentioned him. But I'm going to go with Rollo from Xillia 2.
I didn't shortlist him because I knew somebody else would go. But yeah,
That's fair.
You gotta set your priorities.
The Cat Mafia, and I'm all about that.
That does sound pretty cool.
Yeah,
but I have not played Xillia 2.
Rollo has my favorite side quest ever.
It's the best part of the game, honestly.
Easily, yeah. You have to send him off to go and find missing cats across Olympios and Maxia.
Animations for that too.
Yeah,
this really large cat rolling through.
Rollo is probably the best mascot in the series.
Does anybody know, what is it, Xiaorun? I just always like the look of it. I'm not gonna pick it just because I got nothing on.
I think it's called Zaffy.
What's that?
Zaffy.
Zaffy? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called, yeah.
Okay. I shared a picture of this thing because it looks like a freaking Digimon and I absolutely love it. It's so cool looking. But, I really wish we got that one here. The Tales of Rebirth.
Oh.
Destiny 2.
That's different.
Yeah. I'm still waiting to play that game.
Yeah, the PS2 games we missed out on were the PS2 copy of Symphonia, then Tales of Rebirth.
Post a picture of this.
Yeah, Tales of Rebirth, Tales of Destiny 2, and the director's cut of Tales of Destiny. Those are all sort of regrettable missing entries on the worldwide releases of Tales.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't get Abyss or Legendia either. Bummer. In Europe.
Well, bummer for Abyss.
You didn't get Legendia, eh?
Nope.
Don't be too upset about missing Legendia.
I'm a little bit upset.
Yeah, the music was the best part.
I'm a little bit upset. I want to play them all.
That's fair. Okay, so Steph, it's your pick. You have one side character chosen, but all other 7 categories are open to you.
That is true. Okay, so, oh my god, and I'm, like, totally blanking on the name right now. Oh my god, hang on! The pressure.
Describe.
The purple one.
What?
The purple
Wait,
one that's a puppet. The puppet.
Oh, Tipo.
Tipo?
Teapot! Thank you. Oh my god. I was thinking Teapot, actually.
Like from the Mage Girl's puppet from Tales of Xillia?
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Tales of Xillia, yeah.
Alright,
Because
so
I always thought
Steph chooses a mascot.
Elise was really, really sweet, and Teepo's kind of got an interesting little like spoiler story, and I just think the interactions that it has with the party are just lots of fun.
Yeah. Tipo thinks the Jude tastes like strawberries.
Aw. I think it's kind of cool that
This
she
is
kind of
weird.
uses it to help chant and everything. So it's even worked mechanically into her gameplay as well. So, you know, if Teepo's on, then spells get stronger, but, you know, you get certain vulnerabilities. And yeah, I just think it's pretty cool. I don't really have much to say on that. I do think it has a cool design, even though it's like kind of creepy, and I don't know why a little girl would have it.
Yeah,
It's
it looks
more
like a
practical looking, but who
it
cares?
looks a little bit like a nightmare Muppet with its sort of jagged mouth opening.
It's like an adorable nightmare, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I
a
think
fly trap sock puppet, yeah.
Yeah, really.
it is. Isn't one of Elise's mystic arts Tipo growing massive and squashing somebody, or am I making that up?
Yeah,
No, I
and
think
there's like Teepo Copter, where she like uses it to kind of hover around or something like that.
Something
That's-
like
Shoots
that.
people's heads.
That's definitely a cupid move from Skies of Arcadia, so I'm wondering if you're letting your
Hey,
favorite game
there
enter
you
enter a
go.
little bit.
Thank you.
Okay, so Tipo is
let's
off
go.
the floor. Fortunately, Rolo and Tipo were not on my radar at all. But I'm not sure what to go with next. There's one or two characters that I was sure would be taken by now, so I'm wondering, should I jump on them? Or should I go with something that's sort of more personal, more specific to me?
As a Tales character would say, follow your heart.
Follow my heart, eh?
Believe in the power of friendship. We
There you go.
believe in you.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But also watch yourself.
And
all
as one of my
right,
favorite
all right.
Tales character says, yeah.
How did you know? All right, I'm doing it. Max/Fog from Tales of Eternia.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah!
That's literally who I was deciding between when I chose Rolo.
I almost want to say he's a mascot character at this point, because that's like the only thing he really says of any
He's
value.
okay. He is the Little John of Tales of, for one, and like the funniest thing is, I think the second or third scene with him, after you only know him for saying single words, he actually does go into a brief paragraph explanation one time.
It's great.
Yeah, it helps you out. It gives you control of a base. What a good person.
It's kind of amazing that the leader of a revolutionary army has difficulty stringing more than two words together.
But he also likes cats.
He loves cats. He has a giant like laser beam cannon.
Perfect.
He's
Yeah,
awesome.
him and his canon have like the same amount of characterization, and I love that.
Well said. Not wrong.
All right, and listeners, if you're confused by this conversation, clearly you need to play Tales of Eternia to the end because that game's great.
So
you
good.
do.
Yeah, that was actually my first, so it's like heavy on
Aw.
my mind.
My first was Fantasia, and after I played that and loved it, I went and immediately sought out the two PlayStation Tales games, Destiny and Eternia, and I know which one I liked better. That's for damn sure. Tales of Destiny plays like the disc is covered in molasses.
Oh god, yeah. And
But anyway.
it's very long, especially by the end.
We have round 2 to end and round 3 to begin. So, Niki, you have 2 picks in a row. Go ahead with your first one.
Oh man, I have about 5 pages of notes, and I was
Beautiful.
really getting myself prepared to pick a backup because I really thought this person was going to get taken.
I think you're about to
and
pick
now
who
I'm
I...
like,
who,
oh
I think,
no, do I want to like get the original pick now?
Yeah, you may be picking someone I almost picked a moment ago. I'm not sure. Your mind isn't so easy to read. But follow your heart. You have 2 in a row.
All right, we're going to get him. He did nothing wrong. I'm getting Douse from Fantasia.
Oh,
Yeah. You've taken. I was gonna say, yeah.
He did nothing wrong. Just wanted to save his planet. He cares about the environment. Beautiful, luscious blonde hair. He's great. I don't see any problem here.
Douse is one of the best Tales villains. He's awesome. There was him and one other person I was considering in addition to Max, my previous pick.
Yeah.
Alana, you were secretly hoping he'd be there at the end of round 3?
No, I didn't expect
Okay.
him to make it. So yeah, I'm not surprised that someone's taken him.
All right, but Nikki has it right. Daus is from the same race of angels from Tales of Symphonia. Symphonia is a prequel to Fantasia that takes place something like 4,000 years in advance. And with the world united and the mana problem over, it's Daus's planet and not one of the two planets from Symphonia that's losing mana. So he travels to Azalea to try and get a seed from the mana tree to save his planet. But then he sees that humans are just ransacking the world of mana, so he starts a war against them in the name of environmental science, which just makes him the real hero of Tales of Fantasia, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly.
Too bad you have to murder him 3 times.
Are we the
Don't
baddies?
remind me.
We are.
Yeah.
At least the beginning party are for definite.
Yeah.
I would say that Kless and Mint are innocents in this conflict, but by the end, it's more difficult who to root for once you have the whole story straight.
Yeah.
So, Nikki,
My
you
mind is kind of breaking because I just want to mention so many characters. It's not even funny.
I know.
gotta keep it close to the
It's
chest.
actually hurting me to do.
Well, you'll have your picks coming up soon, but for now we have to have Nikki choose her 3rd character overall.
Oh man. So now we have this other problem where the surprise final category of who we would chuck off the face of the planet because I
Don't
picked
worry
a
about-
trashy character for
Don't
one
worry-
of my side characters, but now
Mm.
I'm wondering if they could actually be for that category.
Well, we're not chucking anyone off the cliff at the end of the Edge of the World until the end of the episode, but
That's right.
Save your sacrifices for later.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to chuck someone else's character off? Like, they drafted them, I need them gone.
nope. This is safeguarding and protecting
That's
these
what I'm
trashy
worried
characters.
about. Do I take them now and protect them from the danger at the end, or do I leave them for the end and chuck them myself? Now I
Leave them
have
for
to
the wolves.
That is
consider these new things.
That is a personal conflict I was not expecting, but you do you.
I know this is so deep and complex now.
There's like poetic cinema going on in your
I
head.
know.
Yep.
Okay, I think I should take this one before someone else takes them. I'm gonna get Luke Fonfabra from Abyss
As your main character.
Crop Top Boyz represent. Also, really good game, really good character. Yeah, that's it.
Starting to learn Nikki's taste very quickly.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that might be true.
Yeah. Definitely.
Love it. Even as a character, though, I think he's just one of the best developed. I mean, I got the figure of Luke, so I believe me, I level.
Oh, so you're checking out
the
his
one
shirt?
where he
Okay.
has the sword back and his
sword
coat
back.
is going everywhere.
I love his hair too. The orange to yellow is just so brilliant.
Ooh,
Talking
and
about-
that
you talking
Mulan
about his
moment.
are you talking about his
Uh-huh.
character development?
Mulan moment. Yes.
Are you talking about his character development or his abdominal development?
Yes.
Both.
I did put in my notes, I feel like Luke represents just how great the entire cast of Abyss is, so I don't just take everyone from Abyss.
Are there
Yeah,
any
I-
other club members of the Crop Top Boys other than Luke and Reed? There's got to be some more.
Yes, but we're not going to talk about him because I don't want you guys taking him from me in
Okay.
another round. So no,
God.
there is
man.
nobody else.
Is
But-
this Avid?
I know who it is.
Oh,
I think.
it might be. Yeah, but I mean, but come on, Reed's got to be the president of the Crop Top Boys because he was the first one to show a little bit of belly button, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he
was
walked
one
so
of
the
my
others could run.
backups.
Yeah, exactly.
Did.
Okay, so Nikki selects the vice president of the Crop Top Boys, Luke Von Fabre from Tales of the Abyss.
Absolutely.
And, I'm a little shocked this guy didn't go in the first round. I'm just going to make my main character pick right now. I'm picking Yuri from Tales of Vesperia. I got Yuri and Flynn together.
You got
Aw.
the boys.
I got them together.
got them.
Boys are back in town.
Boys make the noise.
Everything
Ugh.
I feel in this sword, right?
But I have your son, so it's a little awkward.
Yeah, it's true. Somehow in the divorce you got the
In the
dog.
divorce. In the divorce, Caleb's got the dog.
Well, it's okay.
Sorry.
Yuri and,
I don't
Yuri
know
and
how I
Flynn
made it into the divorce court.
Yuri and Flynn are available for pet sitting at a moment's notice. But yeah, I got the Renegade and the Paragon of Tales of Vesperia. Like, they are two of my favorite Tales of characters ever. I'm a little amazed that Yuri lasted till round 3, but here we are. And now, yeah, I got the boys from Vesperia plus Max from Tales of Eternia. I love my team so far, but I might need to draft a woman next round just so I don't have just so the clubhouse smells a little better.
Yeah.
Steph, it's your turn, and you've chosen one side character and your mascot, so you have plenty of room to roll.
So I think I'm actually gonna do the main hero one as well right now.
Alrighty, what you got?
Yeah. Okay. I didn't write anything down. I'm just looking at a giant mural of all the characters that someone on DeviantArt posted.
Of course, a giant mural would be your show notes. Of course.
Yeah, whatever.
It works.
If it works, it ain't stupid. But it's not working too well because now I'm just like getting tongue-tied when I see everybody here.
So, is it
so I was gonna go Jude because I think he's actually really, really, really strong combat-wise. But I kind of hate him as a person, and I don't really like him until the second game. He's just a really good monk type, and he has a lot of good healing properties. But instead, I'm actually going to follow the Ludger route and go with Reed because he can also handle several weapons at once, and he actually has very, very strong mystic arts in the weird, archaic way that Tales games used to do them. It was painful.
Yeah.
You had to have like really low health and really low TP, and I don't think you can beat the game unless you pull off a mystic art as well.
That's right, yeah. You have to, I think the final boss you have to do with the mystic art. You're right.
Yeah, or you die and do it all again.
Yeah, I did that.
But I also do like Reed because I think he's actually kind of funny. He's just kind of tagging along with Farah, who wants to help this little alien girl.
He is maybe
and
the most
Reed just
reluctant
wants to go
main
home
character.
and just wants to go to sleep.
He is
And
maybe the
that's all
most
he wants.
reluctant main character in all of Tales. He is a little bit bitter to be on the entire journey, which is honestly kind of endearing.
I don't think he's as bitter as Keel, though, for a while.
We'll go.
Keel's intellectual, though, so he's fueled by the pursuit, and he just gets tired a lot because he's, I don't know, he's frail or something.
Keel's a bit of an academic elitist, which is,
I like Keel.
I like him too, especially if you interpret him as
Merity brings out the softer part of him, too.
and I also think that he has a bit of a crush on Merity, which I think makes his stubbornness and his unpleasantness a little cuter, but Eternia is great. This whole episode is going to be an advertisement for Tales of Eternia. I've decided now.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's one of the best.
Guaranteeing either the opening or the ending music is going to be Eternia.
Good.
It should be.
Good. And he's got just so many weapons, and just generally between the other kind of lacking AI for the rest of the party, he's probably the best character, bar none.
Yeah, for a second when you said I'm not going to pick Judas, I'm going to go with someone else. I thought you were going to pick Senel from Tales of Legendia. It's like, whoa, really? We got a Legendia pick going on. That was not expected.
I love his like zombie fashion, where he's got like some sort of like nail sticking out of his shirt, I guess.
Yeah.
And bizarre tattoos. I don't really get it. I think he's all right though.
I don't hate Legendia. I did play it all the way through, but there are parts of that game I just sort of don't get. Like, why did they go this way? But anyway, Kaleb, it is your turn. You have chosen one side character and one mascot, and you have the whole rest of the board available.
Okay. So I'm actually kind of reeling from that Reed steal at the last possible moment.
And it was me just looking at this picture too, so I decided in like that, final 10 seconds there.
Your eyes could feel my love for Reed.
I think so. Yeah, it's across the wires, definitely.
Yeah, a little bit. So if I can't have the best himbo, I'm going to go with what I see as the second best himbo, which is Zelos.
No!
Zelos from Symphonia.
I'm so sorry.
He was my side pick that I would have thrown. No!
Oh my god,
No,
I didn't acknowledge that
husband.
Reed is part of the apps club.
He's the worst, but I can't help it. He's so fabulous.
Does
I have his figure, the one where he's doing the winky face. I love him.
Oh my.
I'm gonna cry. My trash boyfriend.
What are we going to tell Jade now?
We're gonna know. We know whose blood is gonna be at our wedding.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Okay, so listen. If I lived in a fantasy world or a video game, I've already thought about this many times.
Just tell Jade
I
to
would
make a copy for
dress
you.
similar to him.
Oh my god, I do love Zelos' fashion, actually. It's
Yes.
so,
The
yeah,
bold really works.
Parachute
I can't
pants.
believe it. Yes.
great. I think what I love about Zelos is, like, there was a thing going around on Twitter the other day, and it was like, what's your favorite character archetype? And cheerful on the surface, trauma underneath is, like, number one.
Yeah.
And that is Zelos.
Yeah.
Sounds like the entire
Bit of a
cast of
frenemy.
One Piece.
Oh, yeah, it does, actually. There's little I know about One Piece. I know, viscerally, through your description.
Yeah, there are completely ridiculous characters that all have brutally tragic backstories. I love it every time. I think this is the first pick that we have from Tales of Symphonia. This game.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
A little surprising, though. A lot of people love Symphonia. But Alana, it's your turn. You have 2 picks in a row for the end of the third and the beginning of the fourth round.
Actually, the character I want to throw off into a volcano is in that one.
Right. So I'm gonna get a summon out of the way just because it might be a bit interesting.
Our first
I'll
summon.
take. I'll take Shadow.
Ooh, okay.
I just really like dark magic in this series. I think it's really cool.
Is there
I
any
really
design
like.
that really stuck out?
They're all a bit rubbish, to be honest. Symphonia's the only one that's got any like difference to it. I believe there's like a side character in Tales of Destiny 2, the official one, where like he's got a sword and everything. But the Symphonia design is cool, and I really like the Shadow Temple, the one where you have to like guide the little shadow spirits down to the bottom and then to form the bigger one. I just think he's kind of cool. Yeah, dark magic is cool in the Tales series, so we'll take him. And then what do I go for my second pick? We're getting tight, aren't we, on side characters, and like I have so many backups to everything, and a lot of them are still left. So I think if I've got my favorite Tales male, I might have to take my favorite my Tales girlfriend and take Judith.
Oh, okay.
Judith
I mean,
from
I've got
Tales of
multiple.
Vesperia.
Yeah, she's a spear girl, and that's a big weakness.
She's so good too.
She is.
Combat-wise?
Yeah, she's really hard to play as, but like when you get really good with her, she is really fun to do aerial combos with. I just really love her mysterious character, and I love how flirty she is, and I get Bowel as well out of this deal, so I get a big giant whale. So yeah, I love Judith, and I think she's got one of. I know her outfit's not great because look at everything, look at the missing clothes and everything, but I do really like her design. I like her hair, I like the boots, and I like some of the costumes she has as well. So yeah, I love Judy, and she'll be my second side character.
All right, so Shadow for the first summon spirit off the board, and Judith for Alana's second side character. A lot of side characters. Everyone has at least one side character already. Most of us have 2. We went for them fast because I think that was maybe the category we were most worried of running out of our favorites. Is my suspicion.
Yeah, it's like definitely the tightest race.
Yeah.
All right, so Kaleb.
Other than Reed. Sorry.
I'm Zelos. Or Zelos is a side character,
I
yeah.
picked Douse over Zelos. Can you believe it?
I was considering Yuri, Max, and Douse for my pick in the second round, in the third, second and third round. So I'm glad that I got at least 2 out of the 3. I feel blessed. But anyway, Kaleb, you have 1 main character slot, 1 side character slot, plus villain, summon, and flex. So what's your pick for round 4?
I think I'll just finish up my sides. I think I'm going to make people upset again and go with another boyfriend material. I'm going to take Guy from Abyss.
Okay.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, but he's not going to come anywhere near me, so,
Fair enough. He
Guy,
feels safe around me.
Yeah, Guy is the best. He's
So
my
you're saying
favorite
that
character.
I could have a physical relationship with him. Interesting.
Not all relationships have to be physical, Mike.
True.
Remember.
That is true. But
They can...
partners should at least discuss what they want out of a physical or emotional relationship, and that's a conversation that I would take very seriously with Guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's just so cute.
I want you.
But yeah, like...
I want you there and your pants there.
Whoa. This is a whole other kind of fantasy
Oh,
draft
yikes.
now.
So I'm going to steer it away from that.
All right. So
But yeah,
what else
like,
do we
I'm
like
also-
about Guy besides his stylish swordsmanship?
So, kind of like Alana, he's got the whole, like, himbo on the surface, tragic backstory. I'm a sucker for that. In fact, I'm picking him now because my other, like, dumb hot boys got picked. And also, I have, like, a soft spot for his gameplay because he's got, like, the fast sword moves and that one wind move that sets up his super wind move.
Yes.
Very satisfying.
Yeah, he was probably the character I like to control the most in Abyss. Also, I found his swordplay a little bit more. I don't know.
I actually found it, yeah, like
a little bit more
easier to
dashy and
control.
more fun than Luke's.
Yeah, Luke feels like he plays more like an axe or a heavy
Yeah,
weapon
it's like he's
user.
swinging a hammer around.
Yeah, whereas Guy is literally like, he's got Demon Fang, he's got all of the basic Tales of the staples for the protagonist. So yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so Steph, it's your turn. You have this is round 4, so you still have 5 slots open.
I don't know. Literally, I've just been sitting here trying to think of what to actually do. There's just too many characters for me to pick from. But, okay, so looking at this list, category randomly... Stop. Ah, okay. Oh, I already did main character. So my side character...
Or you can pick a second main character if you want to use your flex on that.
That is true. But no.
Senel Coolidge, still available.
You know what? I don't like her that much gameplay-wise, but I think I have to go for Estelle.
Estelle from Vesperia.
Oh no!
Yeah, Estelle just makes me really, really happy. I think she's like the kind of a very girly character, but done very nicely. You know, I love her whole pink ensemble. I like the fact that you can just kind of feel happy when she's kind of in the room. I like that she's very book smart too, and they even made a point of that with her dialogue boxes. They turn from circles to squares when she's quoting a book.
Yep.
And you know, she just goes on a pretty interesting journey, and I just like her relationship with a lot of the other party members as well.
She's just such a little cinnamon bun, isn't she? She just tries so hard.
She looks like a flower, and she basically is like a living, breathing flower.
She is, yeah.
Sheltered
I just think she's
flower.
lovely. Yeah, she's a very sheltered flower. And I just kind of like a lot of the, especially when treated in contrast to like Yuri, who's street smart, you know, she's book smart. You know, so they kind of, you know, so they tend to complement each other really nicely. I just think it's, and like, I kind of also like even the two of them standing beside each other. It's not like blue boy, red girl. It's, you know, purple boy and pink girl. And I think it's just kind of nice. I don't know. I just kind of think about these kind of palette things, and I just think they look nice. And her weird outfit totally works. I don't know why. I don't really get it either, but I like it. I would wear that much pink, and I would love to dye my hair pink. And yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have much to say to it. I just think she does go through a really cool plot, though.
Cool. Okay.
Maybe Rita, just because I do like her blah blah blahing, but I'm not gonna pick her.
I did consider getting Estelle soon, or even in the last round, but then I realized maybe I don't want my whole team to be half Tales of Vesperia. I'm going a little bit too hard to one side.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to put the rest of the Tales of Vesperia cast down for the remainder of this game. But
I go between, like, do I like him gameplay-wise or personality-wise, too?
Yeah,
That's so hard.
Yeah,
That's so hard.
Any approach is
Gameplay-wise,
valid.
I'm not really excited about a white mage. So
Still, you got to have one around, though, right? I mean, the healing has to come from somewhere.
I don't want to pack that many gels. I don't want to be in charge of that. You do it.
Like buying all those pine gummies is expensive. Let me tell you.
I like playing as Natalia, and she's not the white mage, but she does have more healing.
She's a good between. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and Mikleo as well. I like playing as in Cisteria.
I like
feel like
playing
the characters
as
who are
Jude.
like half and half are fun.
I like playing as Jude
I have a
because
good one
he's.
too.
Oh, well, you got to save it for another round because Estelle's already locked in.
Fine. Oh, if it gets taken, though, I'm coming after you and shaking my fist.
Oh no.
That's all I'm gonna do.
It won't be me, so that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Kaleb and Alana aren't going to have another turn until it's Steph's board again. But there's still plenty of time for me or Niki to ruin Steph's evening. So, fingers crossed, Niki, we can do this.
All right.
Let's make our friend cry. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious now. See if you got it.
But I don't think I'm going to go for another side character again. And I even joked and used her as an example at the beginning of the episode. I'm going to go with Arch from Tales of Fantasia. Because,
girl.
yeah, she is so much fun, and she's a really good black mage, and she's a witch who rides a broom. What's not to love?
She's like a
He
tiger.
is so good.
You know, Tails like characters with pink hair are consistently good. I think because I like
They really
Presea as well. Yeah,
I think starting
Presea, Nonali,
starting around the
Sharia.
Eternia
Sherry is
area.
the only one I don't like.
Starting around Eternia, I think they did something very helpful for big dummies like me, and made it so that almost every character had a different hair color in every Tales game going forward. And
I mean, that's peak anime.
yeah,
Does anybody
that's
like
peak anime.
scrolling through
It
the
helps.
status screen?
But
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
I mix up names a lot, so it's like, okay, who do I want in my team this time? Pink hair or brown hair girl? Like it's very, very helpful for me.
Color coded for your discretion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Color coded for my benefit, and I'm glad I'm not colorblind. But yeah, Arge
One of my
is
favorite things
really
to
cool.
do is like hit R really hard on the status screen so they can all zip through really quickly, and you just get this like rainbow, this rainbow marquee of character, colors. It's quite brilliant.
For part of my job, I design maps in GIS, and one thing I like doing is after I have a color code set up for the legend, going through the colorblind tool and just hitting randomize on it over and over, which basically recolors the entire map to be as easy to see as possible for colorblind people. And let me tell you, it's like a kaleidoscope adventure. Just seeing all the colors flash that way on a map.
I think that's one thing Tales does well. Who doesn't like a colorful cacophony of characters?
Colorful character cacophony. Do we have an episode title? Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. I like the green-colored characters. I don't know. They always bring a lot of the green ones together nicely.
Like,
yeah, there's not too many
oh,
of
so you're going to
them.
draft Farah next. I see how it is.
I like Farah too. I used to hate her, but now I love her. Like, I hated her as a kid, but I love her as an adult. What's that about?
How can you hate that comfortable farm dress?
She's the
The farm
best.
dress. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. She's just got a really good attitude. I realize. Oh, yeah, you bet. Or whatever.
Well, that's Merity, not Farah, but.
That's right. Sorry. Yeah.
But we did
what is
establish that
Farah?
we did establish that Alana does like pink hair girls. So and Merity's violet or pink, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I also like green-haired girls as well. Sollosi, I just like girls, don't I? We've been through this
You know what?
before.
I think that's the answer. You're right. My bad. So Niki, you can like girls, you can like boys, you can like mascots. You have the whole world in front of you, because you have the next 2 picks in a row.
Oh boy. Well, I'm going to get this side character before someone tries to steal him from me. Vicious from Tales of Krystoria, the new mobile game.
Ooh.
That's a good
very
pick.
recent.
Yeah.
Crop Top crew.
Which is cool.
Yes.
The crop top.
Sassy, funny, pew pew, heels. Yes. Tummy. There we go. Yes.
That's all you need.
There
Tell
is
me one
so
word.
much midriff on your team, Niki.
It's fine. It's
There's so
fine.
much midriff in the series. Like, I'm just
That's
looking
fair.
at it now. It's crazy.
You've got to either go lots of midriff or lots of eyebrow. There's no, like, 2 ways about it, is there?
Okay.
Have you played a lot of Story, by the way? Like,
I've
how is
played
that?
a good chunk of the story. Yeah.
would you recommend it to those apprehensive about the mobile games?
At least play the story. The story
Yeah.
is like phenomenally written. It's like
Yeah.
wow. Like I'm
Yeah.
surprised this isn't a mainline game.
I'm really disappointed it's not a mainline game. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
for
don't think
real,
it's going to
though.
last very long. That's the problem. It is probably one of the best stories in the entire series. Yeah, I
It
would
really
totally
is.
agree.
What if they'd ever do an anime series on it then, maybe? Commission you
Maybe.
able to do it, yeah.
Nice.
I'd take that.
I'd love that.
I mean, Vicious is, like, Niki picking Vicious is great because Vicious is hilarious. I was so surprised when he turned up. I was just like,
The series
oh,
does
this-
those snarkers so well. Those,
He's like, yeah, he's like, oh, he's going to be like the edgelord, and no, he's just an idiot, an absolute idiot.
Yes, exactly.
Nikki,
exactly.
You're just
Tales
dreaming
series
about
does
the
really good
repartee
idiots as
between
well.
Jade and Vicious could have some fantastic dialogue together.
They
Yes.
really could, and they
I'm surprised
do.
they don't because they actually have like
Yeah.
some characters will have dialogue together if you put them on the same team. Of course, they have Jade and Zelos. They have Jade and Majalu, which is hilarious. But they don't have Jade and Vicious, and I'm very surprised.
That's true. Yeah.
I really love Tails idiots. Like the fights that Stan and Dimblos would get into are just hilarious, and like
Yeah.
Lloyd thinking that having
Stan-
2 swords doubles your attack strength is just adorable.
Yeah, Stan might be the biggest idiot in Tales history. Like he,
Oh,
he
he
like,
is.
like he takes shonen dumbness to a degree that was alarming when I
How
played
do
that
you
in the
live,
early
sir?
2000s. So, Niki, that's only your first pick of this cycle. You have another one lined up.
I don't know if I want to take up my backup side now, or if I want to get my summon spirit.
The struggle of a fantasy draft. I know it too well.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna get my summon spirit because honestly I don't have really any backups for these because I always forget they exist even though they're so prominent in the games.
Actually feeling
I'm gonna
honest.
get Origin because he always has a lot of arms and that's good for Hagues.
Oh my god! Okay, that's not the reason I was going to take Origin, but I considered him as early as 2 rounds ago.
Yeah.
Is this
All right,
Fantasia?
just in time.
Is this Fantasia Origin or different Origin?
That's the thing. Like he's like a younger in Fantasia, right?
I
like
think
a-
so. He's
Oh yeah.
he
Or
looks
just
looks
an
more
SD
He
youthful.
looks
sprite?
like a young-ish kind of guy. I mean, either way, he always has 4 arms. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's good for
It's
hugging,
whichever
just like
one.
you
I
said.
really don't. I'm not picky.
Just not Exilia 2, which is like a child, is it not? Like,
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
haven't
really
played
weird.
Yeah,
Exilia
that's
2.
right. Origin look the Zillia ones look kind of weird.
I like some of them. I like the Spyrix versions of certain ones.
Yeah, those were. Yeah, that's right. Origin did look weird. It was just like a white blank child that looked really strange.
Yeah, he looks like the bad guy from Gurren Lagann, but white.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
My knowledge
Fantasia
of
Origin.
Exilia 2 is quite limited.
Wow, Fantasia Origin is indeed all about the eyebrows. It, like, even for a tiny
There you go.
sprite, there's like built up eyebrows. It's
I
really
do
cool.
appreciate a good set of eyebrows. We've been over this a
Oh,
lot.
you'll love Maxwell
do.
then.
So should I draft Heihachi from Tekken as my flex? Go
Yeah.
full eyebrows.
They're in
mean,
the
I've got
Tails
some
costume
ideas.
by Hachi.
Naruto characters are technically available for flex.
Yeah,
are.
because they
And
do
Dragon Ball.
all of those Ninja Storm games, and
Yep.
I'm trying to think, what was the GameCube one that my friend imported?
Shippuden?
No, Shippuden's the name of the second half of the anime.
Yeah.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Sorry. There you
That's
go.
all good. I don't.
It's
It was
podcast.
Ninja Taizen 4. That was it. Ninja Taizen 4 was the one my friend imported. Maybe it had a different title in English. He's like, I knew it was something 4. It was Ninja Taizen 4. That game's all right. But speaking of games that are all right, I gotta pick my next Tales thing. I've filled out my entire character roster. I have 1 main and 3 sides, and now I don't know what to pick. I am going to pick my mascot next, and that is going to be Noish from Tales of Symphonia.
I love Noish.
Nice, yeah, the best.
He's a good boy.
My favorite skit is just like when it's just whimpering and like what is it? And like what is it? It's like I don't understand you.
I love Noah.
Weird,
Such a weird skit.
weird alien dog boy, who I don't think he really he does much in combat at all. Does he appear in like a Mystic Art or something?
Not even.
No,
Yeah, not
he's
even
just
then.
you can just ride
You
him on
just
the world
ride him,
map.
right?
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
around.
But you can't even avoid like encounters fully. You just kind of
He's a
Run
tiny
away.
bit faster.
yeah.
He's just a sweet,
But
weird looking
super
alien
cute
dog.
and has like ancient origins or something like that. They
Yeah,
do in a
he's some
tiny side quest.
yeah he's some kind of immortal animal that has been slowly changing form over the decades and centuries. It's just like,
Yeah,
okay,
he's
Noish.
he's like a weird metaphor for like evolution or something. I was reading up and reminding myself what his deal was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really weird. They just kind of talk about it randomly when you enter a village. It's like, oh, that's an ancient creature. I'm like, okay, sweet.
You're like, no,
It's not a dog.
That's
Yeah.
Noish.
just a
That's a
dog.
dog.
I think even Lloyd's like, no, what are you talking about? This is a dog. And everyone's just like, it's clearly not
Lloyd
a dog.
also
Standard
rank
dog.
Lloyd ranks pretty high on the list of Tales idiots. Also, let's be
yeah.
fair.
He does, but I love him.
I
I've got
love
a
that
lot
him
of
and his dad have the same hairdo. I think it's just the cutest thing.
Oh yeah. What
Maybe his-
Dirk?
Him and Dirk, yeah, they have the same hairdo.
Yeah.
Could be that the
Adorable.
barber in town only knows one male style.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
That's Cecilia, yeah.
Okay, but speaking of male style, well, not really at all. Steph, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna go for my summon spirit because you know what? To be honest, it's kind of easy. I'm going for gnome because it always comes in really weird forms.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
it.
Gnome
so
always
much.
looks crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know, they kind of lump whatever creative ideas they have and
Sometimes it's
just
a
kinda shove it
lumpy
onto this one.
mole. Sometimes it's a lumpy.
I like that it's just a bunch of really little critters in Eternia, and I love that it's this weird cat thing with a bow and a shovel in Symphonia. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
It's got
They've-
some sort of crazy tail in, a few of them. And in Legendia, it's actually a mole with a cape, and it's really, really cool.
So cool.
Like, it's a mole with a cape and some sort of weapon. I don't know what it is, but it's super cool. will link
I
the
recently
discussion
played
if
Trials of
anyone's
Mana way more recently than a Tales game, so I still have the Mana gnome design in my head. But
Yeah.
Tales gnome is pretty cool.
Tales Gnome's cool. And it's usually, like, the weird one. It's got, like, a goofy voice and just tends to... Yeah, it just tends to be really weird and a bit of a shit eater. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's always amazing. Like, there's always that scene where they have all of the spirits together and they're mostly intense looking, and then Gnome's just, like, doofing around.
Like, as pretty as, like Undine is, it's just always, like, this very pretty woman. So I like that they're willing to change it up with that one.
Yeah, me too.
Mila Maxwell counts as a main character, but just regular Maxwell counts as a summon. True. I thought about this in advance, and if you want to, if you want to draft both of them, that's possible.
Yeah, if you want to get really technical, Maxwell and Mila Maxwell are slightly different as well, because Maxwell appears in Exilia.
And you can also use, like, alternate reality Mila for your side character if you feel like it, right?
From Xillia too, right?
She's definitely one of the ones I would throw off.
Yeah, it didn't work for me. I thought it was cute and it was a little bit tragic, but I don't know. It was all about the Mila Prime.
Steph has chosen her summon. Kaleb, you still have a main character, a villain, a summon, and a flex to go. What's your next choice?
Copy. I guess I should have clarified this at the beginning. Like, if a summoned spirit gets taken, is that from, like, every game they appear in?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Shadow, Gnome, and Origin in other forms are unavailable to all the rest of us.
Copy.
But you can interpret it how you want. Like, if Steph has a favorite gnome, then that can be her gnome. But all other gnomes...
Nope, I like them all.
Got him. All right, Steph just has an army of 7 or 8 gnomes.
So frustrated with you right now.
Ground. We'll rule the mole people.
Steph, I have to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I thought it was by game. So the top 3 options on my summons list are different versions of gnome. It's 3 different gnomes.
Lucky number 4.
Steph's with the undercut.
Okay, so
the counter draft.
No longer invested in that category.
You should have picked earlier if you were that invested.
Apparently. I thought having 3 options of the same guy was safe.
Nope.
I guess I'll go main character then, just because we're running low on him. I'll go Lloyd, because if you haven't noticed, I'm amassing a pack of animals and dummies, and he's sort of towards the top of the pack. He would make me coffee, and he would be very vague about it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Vague! Vague!
Honey, is it hot or cold? I don't know.
Is it hot or cold? Yes.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Lloyd is the worst barista of all time.
But yeah, I like his general vibe. You know, he's like as stereotypical of a Tales protagonist as you can get, but he's just like a nice dude.
Really sweet. I love his attitude towards Genus too. Like, Genus and his people go through a lot of heck. So, more people like Lloyd in this world would actually be a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Also, his outfit kind of confuses me because, like, when you're looking at the sprite, like, you can tell in the artwork, but when you're looking at the sprite, it looks like his gloves are part of his shirt.
It does. Yeah.
Are they not? Oh, it's not like a onesie kind of jacket thing?
No, I don't think it is. I'm, like, looking at, like, the anime icon for him, and he's, like, they look like gauntlets that are just the exact same shade.
That is a good choice, though. I actually really did think about Lloyd, too, just because... Again, he actually shares really nice scenes with a lot of the characters in the game, and he really takes a good proactive stance throughout most of the story as well. He's a good lead. He tends to work with everybody really well.
He's like the kind. I was looking at this meme earlier. We've used the word himbo a few times, and I feel like I should clarify scientifically. You have to be strong, pretty, and kind. You know what I mean? It's like
so pure of heart and hot in the face. But no, I actually really, really like Lloyd. And just as somebody with brown hair and brown eyes, just as a, I don't know, it's nice to have a very, very basic looking Tales prototype.
That's fair. Like having real hair, you feel like you can be the hero.
Looks like a real person, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, he's one of the few Tales heroes that actually genuinely looks like a real person, unlike Velvet and her like crazy amounts of hair.
Does that hair look like the hair of a real person? Does it?
She has so much hair.
No, I'm talking about. I thought we were talking about Lloyd.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I'm talking about Velvet quickly just because she has so much hair. So much anime hair.
I feel like we should not.
Velvet's still on the board.
Her hair because it's like a very powerful entity.
It is.
That's true. Yeah.
Her hair entity?
Velvet's hair is almost maybe a better character than she is because most of her personality is screaming the name of the man who killed her brother.
Velvet is a good protagonist. Don't
She-
do
I get it.
this.
She is.
If she was a
Mad
better
at-
protagonist, maybe she would have been chosen by one of us 5.
I
Well-
think she takes the brother thing too far.
She does.
Yep.
I love my brother, and I don't think I'd be crying, crying
Well,
and
okay,
screaming
to
bloody
be
revenge
fair,
every
if-
single day of my life.
To be fair, if my sister was murdered in a ritual, I would react poorly as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
true. The circumstances are pretty garbage, and they only get worse as the game goes
Yes.
on.
You also have to consider like how you would react if you had a vampire hand.
True.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be
Revenge
very
would be slightly
happy.
easier. Okay.
Yeah.
I have
Fine.
not considered that many times how I would feel with a vampire hand, but I think when I play East 9 next year, I will consider it some.
Good idea.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Right. So anyway, Alana, you have 2 picks in a row now for round 5 and 6.
Yeah, I'm starting to struggle. Right, so I'm going to go with mascot, and I'm going to take Quickie. Quickie is...
Yes,
Good
I love
pick.
Quickie.
Yeah.
I almost went Quickie instead of Noish. I decided earlier this round that I was going to go for mascot, and it was between Quickie and Noish.
It's basically a Pokemon. It just says its name.
It's adorable, yeah. I have the Japanese special edition of Tales of Eternia, and it comes with a clock that's Quickie, basically.
Aww.
So, yeah, it's super adorable, and I love him so much. Now, my second pick is hard, because villain I'm really struggling with. Like,
I was too.
can I ask, does villain have to be the main villain, or can it be part of one of the groups?
It can be a villain. Yeah, it does not have to be the main villain, just a villain.
We're going with Dist.
Sure.
And Dist is my
This is so
favorite.
fun.
I just love Dist. It made me fall in love with Liam O'Brien so much because he does such an incredible voice performance for him.
Oh, you want to talk about voice actors for Dist? He's voiced by Kazuki Yao in Japanese,
is.
who is one of the weirdest sounding dudes in history. He's Frankie from One Piece and a bunch of characters in Sentai. He's a weird dude.
Yeah, but yeah, he's got a flying chair, so that's pretty cool. You know.
True.
I like how not even like the cast really takes him that seriously, and he's probably the only one who lives in the end. I think too.
He is. He's potentially yeah. But I do find his story really interesting with Jade. I think he's a really, really interesting character anyway.
Yeah.
But I do like that he's played for laughs quite a lot, and you never fight him directly either. He's the only God General you don't ever fight one-on-one. Or
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all of his stuff, right? It's his machines and all that. He's the brains, I guess.
Yeah, he is. Dis the Runny, Dis the Rose, Dis the Reaper.
It's just the rose. Whatever. They're already gone. They've already left.
Sorry, Nikki. Jade's best friend has been drafted by another team.
Oh no, it's fine. We're okay.
All right,
Don't
all right,
worry.
all right.
We've got-
You
we've
weren't
got
saving.
plans
You weren't
here.
saving him for your flex. I got it.
I was not
I feel like we
actually.
haven't heard from you, Nikki, in a while. Were you off making Mabo curry? Wait, is that what it's
Hey.
called?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tales curry is like they actually made it too. Like they actually had it limited time Tales of curry that you could buy in Japan.
Oh, that's cool.
Mama Curry's a real thing.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think
Okay,
so.
well this one had Tales characters on the box. and like
That's cute.
and like I don't know, little bits of chicken in the shape of their heads. I don't know.
Fun fact: I
Yeah.
am a Tales of Curry, so
You are.
There
Hey.
you go.
I mean, I had
Oh,
to.
man.
I'm sorry. I'm
Did
sorry.
I
boo
make
to
a
me.
mistake? And should I have drafted? I think I should have drafted Wonder Chef as my mascot. I made a mistake.
Oh damn, that would have been a good one.
that would've been
Ooh,
great.
he's like a
That's my
full
bad.
series mascot.
Mm-hmm.
That's for yeah, that's
But
true.
I
That's
think
like,
I would have accepted
that's
him
like-
as a mascot, but I didn't think of it at the time. Darn.
I like Mimi Bread, who actually fights you with a bread baguette.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Is
she's my winner of that mini category.
That's the one from Legendia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
right.
the only
I
one
remember her.
that's
I remember the
Legendia
the clumsy Wonder Chef with bread from the Legendia.
Yeah.
Oh man,
And like I think her attacks are bread puns as well.
a lot of them. Yeah, I remember she
Yeah.
she was very bread
Oh.
heavy in her Coliseum
Bread
battle.
heavy.
True fact: if you eat too much bread, you will become heavy.
You get fat?
Yeah, bread makes you fat.
Bread makes you fat? There it is, thank you.
Yep. that's I set you up for it. Speaking of
Thanks for
setting
picking
up,
up on
let's see. Kaleb is set up for his pick in round 6. Kaleb, you still have villain, summon, and flex to go. Where are you gonna go?
Gotcha. Ooh. I am finding this somehow the hardest decision, even though like I've I'm like a little less invested in these categories.
You should flex one of the gnomes anyway and just take it from me.
No, you
He
can't.
said
Gnome,
I
gnome is off.
couldn't.
Gnome is
You
off
have
the
them
table.
all in your army.
Gnome is off the table.
I love the little obnoxious, mean gnomelets that are in the gnome cave of Symphonia. Like, they're all really nasty to you, and they're all tiny. They're really rude.
Yeah.
They're so cute.
See, this is why I was furious.
Oh, I get it now, because I totally agree with myself, and that just makes me like me more.
Okay, so
sorry.
I guess I'll go villain.
Okay.
He has more than one brain cell, so this was a hard pick for me. It is not my type in these games. I'm gonna go with Gaius for my villain.
But in Exilia 2, when he drinks potato wine, he doesn't have more than one brain cell. Like,
Ooh, okay, so maybe I'll... That's a little hard, because he's like a good guy in Xillia 2, and like...
It's a cool choice, though. And
Yeah.
frenemies, like, I remember we were talking about our favorite kind of trope earlier, but frenemy is like my favorite, like that villain turned good guy, and
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking about this, and
I love
like...
that stuff.
He might be the only villain in the entire series where I'm like, yeah, I get that. I kind of get where you're coming from, because I feel like every single other villain falls in the category of, like, I have a reasonable motivation. For some reason, the solution is genocide?
I actually love that he does a Muse team up. So for a game that actually revolves around, linking up to do special attacks, I
Yeah.
love that he
Yep.
actually teams up with somebody in the end. And it's sort of like a last minute thing too, that they actually kind of agree to
yeah.
take on the world together.
Yeah, and it's like last minute, but it doesn't feel shoehorned. Like,
No.
it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
A little,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know whether I totally agree with that, especially
Muse
given
is kind
that-
of psychotic, so she's able to kind of fudge in right there.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't like Muse as a character or a villain.
Oh, yeah, I don't like Muse either, but
Yeah.
I have strange
Their
feelings
team-up's
for her.
kinda
I
cool.
love her outfit though, and her crazy anime wings and crazy anime hair. Those really do it.
So
for
you're
me.
telling me that Mila only has the second craziest hair in Tales of Xillia?
Kind of.
it's like really hard to decide which of their hair is better.
I love it and I hate it. I hate it because it's just not real on any spectrum of life possible to actually have hair that looks like this. But at the same time, I just
And
think
it's
it looks awesome.
anime hair!
I know, but I'm weird that way. I actually look at it like how zany it is. Like Yu-Gi-Oh is just. It just
Yu-Gi-Oh!
makes
is
me
like
mad sometimes
rolling
with the
my
hair.
eyes.
I don't want
also-
Peter to hear this. Tell Peter to never listen to this podcast.
He's
I don't
never
wanna
played a
break his heart.
Tales game, so
No.
yeah.
Yeah, I was on a podcast with
you,
Peter and Eva a few weeks ago, and neither of them have ever played a Tales game before. I almost had a podcast stroke.
Oh, it happens.
It happens, yeah.
That's why I have to, find my tribe and then do a Tales of Fantasy Draft podcast with them, obviously.
There's enough working here that you can find your tribe.
Oh yeah, oh
And I like
absolutely,
that.
absolutely. Like we're all in the RPG fan tribe, but Steph, you need to
There's
build
like a
the
good pocket of us that are pure Xenoblade fans, There's a good pocket
Steph.
of
You
us
need to
that-
build the rest of your tribe. Come on,
Oh, right on. Okay,
enough
what
anime here.
categories?
Where are we
Wait,
going? You have one side
Wait.
character, one villain, and one flex to go.
Sorry, not to interrupt, but I just feel like I have to say, like, also his voice was like 99% of the reason I picked him.
Oh, Travis Willingham is the best. I love
Cool.
him.
Oh no, Travis Willingham is good, isn't he?
Wait, who were we just talking about?
Gaius.
Gaius' voice.
Duh, okay, yeah, Travis
Isn't
Willingham
he-
is awesome. Yeah, he's so good.
Travis Willingham's a himbo, definitely.
Ooh, you don't say.
And he's married to Laura Bailey, so I guess you share some taste with her, I guess.
I mean, I also like Laura Bailey,
Oh.
so
Well, okay. That just got complicated. Steph, pick your next category.
Yes. Okay, so, this is me going strictly on gameplay this time, because I think one of the other ones I chose... Yeah, so I chose Estelle more, not on gameplay, more on design and character. This one I choose exclusively on gameplay and absolutely not at all on character, and that is going to be Sharia from Tales of Graces.
I was gonna say,
Because
yeah.
she is, like, the greatest combat medic who ever lived.
She's the
like-
best character in the game,
Hands down,
but
yeah,
she's
she
the
is.
worst character in the game as well. Like, why would
and
you
she gets
occupy?
in the way of Asbel and Richard having a beautiful relationship together. So
I also
she
can't
thinks
stand Asbel either. Though.
He's
Grace is-
dumb but inoffensive, but he's very dumb. But inoffensive, dumb. But he's actually really cute with Richard. Like, I actually love
Yeah.
that, the Tales series is actually really, really good at writing male bonds very well.
Very good.
Yeah, like Mikleo and Sori, I don't really care for Zisteria much, but like them two together are just adorable.
Oh, they carry
and
that game.
They do, yeah, hands down. And like them too in the anime as well. I like the kind of, wink wink nudge nudge about some of the stuff there for them. But like I said, with Sharia though, like she is just absolutely bar none the best combat medic. She's healing you for a lot of devastating area of attack stuff, and she's very good at it. And she's the one with indignation too.
She is, yeah, Mystic
Yeah,
Art.
and so she's just throwing out just like a lot of very, very tough high-level spells. She's really good.
That's crazy.
But I hate her. All of her items are annoying too.
So she's like a good fighter, the best medic, and has indignation.
She is literally,
crazy.
I want a boyfriend personality, but she only has eyes for Asbel, and it's literally the only thing that really guides her principles. She does have a good, appropriate, like beef with him that he just kind of, like, vanished off the face of the earth, and she was really pissed at him for a while. And I do think she's actually a good mother to the team. Like, she's...
Yeah.
She's very sweet when she's doing that, and not like, oh, Asbel, pay attention to me! It's like...
Wow, I don't know a thing about her, and I already hate her.
Yeah, she's not great at all. I don't like any of that cast, though. I'm not really. I think they're funny, but I don't love the characters. They don't.
Hubert has a mystic art where he says mystic balls. Instant balls.
Instant balls.
That is his characterization.
He's an instant ball sack. Yeah, he's just. Yeah.
I only like Sophie from Graces.
She's the sweetest. Yeah.
I do have a soft spot for Pascal.
Yeah.
Pascal's a good, smart person. I actually like her as being the airhead of the group. She's like the airhead and like the actual brains of the operation, and she does both.
Yeah, she's
very
like
well.
honorary one brain cell, even though she's the smartest.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Like when she describes like what she does, she doesn't give you any sort of technobabble. She just goes, "I went ka-thunk, ching, and then bam, and I made it."
Yeah.
And that's
I get
the
it.
end of
That's
that
all I
conversation.
need.
That's all you need. All the other games try too hard to explain themselves, and she just kind of makes it work. She's very fun.
All right, so you pick. Everyone has their side character lineup, except Alana and Niki haven't. I'm just looking at my spreadsheet.
That's right. I don't have Zelos. You're right. Yeah.
You certainly don't.
Wow.
All right. Well, it's my turn, and I think I'm going to pick my villain. Sticking with a weirdo boys club, I am going with my favorite non-main character from Tales of Vesperia, Shigure, Rokuro's older brother.
Berseria, you mean?
Didn't I say Berseria?
You said Vesperia.
I said Vesperia, my bad. I already picked way too much of Vesperia, so I went Berseria with Shigure. Because he is just so haughty and mean, but also doesn't care about anything other than a good fight, and is quietly rooting for his younger brother to be strong enough to properly fight him. It's just a...
They have a good fight. Yeah, they're a good matchup together.
Yeah, they're a good matchup together, and I think he was the villain I liked seeing the most. Like, it's like, oh sweet, this is a Shigure scene. This is going to be more interesting than those annoying brother and sister pairing.
Yeah, I don't like this.
God.
I didn't like the siblings, and Melvin is really interesting, but like annoying.
He's not fun. Like Shigure is sort of intimidating and fun, and he's not Artorias. So
Artorias is a really good villain, though.
Yes, I thought about him as well, but I just I don't think he fit along with the rest of my group, which is a bunch of weird boys with arch flying circles around them.
True.
So yeah, I went Shigure for villain. Niki, you still have one side character, one mascot, and one flex position left. I think all of us might be saving flex for last, because the possibilities are almost endless.
Sort of a weird one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So for my last side character, I was gonna pick Jade's boyfriend, Emperor Peony, but I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, love him.
I love him too, but I'm going to do something.
I never played that harm together.
I never played this game.
Ooh, okay.
But you know what? He's my son. I'm going to pick him. Leon Magnus.
Oh!
Who didn't pick him? Nobody.
No,
so I'm gonna
nobody
pick
picked
him.
Leon.
I'll protect him. Give him a
Leon
hug.
is like the ultimate like tortured anime side dude.
Yeah, he's
Exactly.
like the traitor.
Yeah, he's the definitive anime betrayal, the definitive anime sad boy.
Redemption arc.
You could
redemption
say
arc.
he's the Judas.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
A little
Maybe.
bit of
In
an
a
edge
subtle
lord.
way.
I guess
It would have
that
been
small
good if
little
he could
helmet.
come back in another game, but we know he didn't because no one else has the same color cape as he does. So it's
Yeah,
kind of a
well, I
shame
mean, like,
for
there
him
can't
to
be the
last for
same
another
guy.
Yeah,
What?
that bold pink cape is only Leon and the Dragon Quest III hero, and that's about it. Like no one else has the courage to have a pink or magenta cape of that level of audacity.
I
Zelos
do.
would.
I was going to raise an argument there and say,
Oh?
like, Alucard can have a pink cape.
That's
Thank
true.
you
Yeah,
very much.
you can program the cape to be pink or rainbow.
Yeah, rainbow
it's-
cape.
It's
One
always
step
pink.
further.
Yeah.
Until you get the Twilight one that fades between red and black. That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Nah, pink and peach all the way, baby.
Yeah, I think I kept the rainbow.
But Nikki, that's only your first choice. You get two in
That's
a row.
right.
Because we're at the beginning of round 7.
So I've never played any of these games. I'm pretty sure they're Japan only.
Sweet.
One of them's a mobile game. One of them's on the 3DS. Tales of the World has these little like fairy sprite people
Oh, they're cute. Yeah.
called dream catchers. I'm gonna get Nahato because he's a cute little blue fairy moon guy with the little moon head.
All right.
Also,
Sounds like
he
a
turns
winner.
into like a cat boy in battle, but you know we can just ignore that part because that's definitely not the reason why I'm picking him as my mascot. It's not because he
So
turns
wait.
into a cat boy.
So wait, like the cat people from Star Ocean, like that kind of cat people?
I think
The cat people from Phantasy Star, like that kind of cat people?
Fair enough, fair enough.
He's like a
From
cat
every
boy.
anime game
Daigo-
ever.
Daigo
Yeah.
really likes drawing cat pictures on his characters. Because, like, what was it? The Spirit of Time in Xillia 2, like, had very cat-like features.
And well,
oh, Chronos, yeah.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah,
a whole.
Chronos.
Yes, Kronos is a cat boy. I count that.
Yeah, Cronus the cat boy. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so Nikki's most recent picks were Leon from Tales of Destiny and Nahato from the Tales of the World sub-series. That was not on my radar at all when I was thinking about mascots. But it's my turn again, and I have Summon left and Flex left. Not a single person has went for Flex, because I think we're all just going to have a real weird final round. Diving
That's the
around.
best way to end it,
Yep,
honestly.
diving around Namco Bandai's oeuvre for the Flex. But I'm going to pick a Summon, and I'm going to pick Celsius.
Yeah.
Because...
She was always the badass chick one. And
My
Yeah.
favorite.
Like, oh, so she's a martial arts ice girl. Yep, she's on the team.
Yeah, sometimes she comes with an ice wolf, too.
Yep, sometimes she has Fenrir the Ice Wolf from Fantasia. I think it's just Celsius and Eternia, but then in Symphonia and the later ones, it's sometimes Celsius and Fenrir.
Yeah, it varies. Like,
Right.
Celsius in Exilia isn't a summon necessarily, but she doesn't have Fenrir with her.
Okay.
I never understood why there was 2 summon spirits of light in the...
There are. Back down to Fantasia as well, because Luna and Asuka both count as spirits of light.
Yeah, Luna's sometimes her own element as well. It's not with light.
Yeah.
Asuka is the standard summon of light.
Yeah, it's. I think that they're the moon and the sun, but in battle they're
Yeah.
both light elemental. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think of Rem as the main one, but that's probably not right.
Yeah. They change it around so much.
Yeah, Rem sort of co-opted it from Luna and Asuka around. I think is it Eternia or was it a later one that Rem showed? up?
Definitely in
Eternia.
Eternia.
Okay, she's
Yeah.
in Eternia, right? I thought so.
I always thought it was cute that, what was it, Zisteria pulled a fast one. So, like, a lot of the summon spirits of fire and earth tend to be masculine, and water and wind tend to be feminine. But in Zisteria, they actually swapped it. So,
that's
Edna
right.
and Layla are female magic users, and Mikleo and, I guess, Zavid and the other one, tip of my tongue.
Dezel.
Thank you. Denzel are this time the male reps.
And the gnome is just gnome.
Gnome is just gnome. Gnome and away somewhere
And
else.
Volt is something.
Orb.
Volt is just floating around. Yeah, just floating around and rolling around.
Volt is
I know,
doing his
what way
Volt
to
thing.
ruin- What way to ruin a cool element in electricity by just having it as a ball?
It's always like the most misunderstood one in a way too.
It's like Volt,
Like,
you are
can't-
you are the Volt Orb of Tales. Congratulations.
It can't always speak either, can it? Like, that's the
Yeah.
whole gist with it in Symphonia.
Well, it does go like derp,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. Well, if you understand the bzzz, then sure.
All right, Steph, we can understand you, so please use your speaking skills to give us your pick for round 7.
bzz, bzz, bzz.
Damn it!
You walked into that.
Sorry, that was stupid. Okay, so I'm down to villain. I really had trouble with this one, actually. So I actually wanted to go for, super duper final boss, because, I don't know, go big, go home, I guess. I like my villains who want to be bent on destroying the world. Initially, I really wanted to go with Yggdrasil.
Mythos?
Yeah, Mythos. I just kind of like that in the end, he actually does not give up his fight, and he says, just end me before I can do more damage, because I'm not gonna quit. And I just think that's so raw and terrifying and good. But
is that the pick? Oh, no, it isn't. Okay.
No, because I don't know. The disco outfit, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. I have no good reason. But I actually, just because I like Vaughn from Tales of the Abyss a lot more. Just because I think it's cool that you actually get to stick it out with him from almost the beginning of the game to the very, very end of the game. And I think that's really, really big. Because you actually get to really get behind the scenes with him. You get a lot of story because his sister is on your party and she's actively trying to hunt him down as well. He causes a lot of damage, like very, very quickly, and he manipulates your main hero very, very effectively, and I think that's really, really something.
Yeah,
he hands down the best villain in the series easily.
Yeah,
his plan is big.
I think it's cool that like the tutorial character from the first moment of the game ends up being the final villain in a way that feels organic and not forced.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. He doesn't have a really big heel change turn because it's from the beginning that he's actually designated as evil. Like, as soon as Tyr comes to confront him at your mansion at the very beginning of the game, she's already set on taking him down because he is evil. And a lot of Tyr in the first major arc is just trying to get Luke to not idolize this guy because he's such he's a psycho. And Luke is so far in the hole because, I actually love Tales of the Abyss for all of these kind of factors. And, Luke, who has been babied and pampered for so long and who only sees his hero in this one guy, and to go from, hero, idolizing this guy to completely betrayed has a really big consequence on him and his development. So, hands down, best villain is Vaughn. And I especially like when he goes all, cool final boss mode with the cool hairdo and the freaky arms. I don't know, I always like a cool final boss form. And yeah, I do like that it's just a one-on-one with him too. It's no big mega form, it's no god-infused bananas, it's just, him and power. And just kind of one-on-oneing it with him. 4 against 1.
Alright, so that Vaughn from Tales of the Abyss is Steph's pick for villain. It is Kaleb's turn now, and your remaining spots are Summon and Flex.
Okay, I'll go Summon. And I think I'll go Sylph, but specifically the one from Vesperia, because she just looks like a funky, fresh disco dancer with, the feather fro and the bell bottoms. And, other than Gnome, I just really vibe with it.
I gotta see this. I'm totally blanking on this right now.
Yeah, Sylph has so many cool redesigns, like we were saying, certain summons do. Sometimes Sylph is 3 entities, isn't it? And then other times...
Oh my god, it really is. That's an awesome looking summon.
Yeah, Sylph looks different almost every game.
Thank you!
Yeah, and Sylph in Exilia's got, skiing goggles on or something. It's great.
I didn't like that one as much. She's, even wearing jean shorts that are unbuttoned. It's, very strange.
Oh, I like it.
She needs a bra or some sort of top and not just a jacket, but the rest of it, I think it's a pretty cool look. I like the feather feet, actually. The feather feet are really nice. It's true, they give Sylph a lot of cool designs.
Yeah, Kaleb compared them to bell bottoms, but it's just it's unclear if she has feet or not, or maybe she's just always airborne.
Little fluffy feet that she can tickle your nose and make you sneeze.
Yes, like a little burb. You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
It just flutters around you, I guess.
Owl feet.
Have you seen an owl's talons before? They aren't messing around at all.
Yeah. They certainly aren't, but they, when they're covered in the fluffy, I can try to forget how terrifying they actually are.
Well, it's your murder.
Yeah, owls are terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the images of the owls without all their feathers?
Oh god.
Yep.
It is an actual nightmare.
It's just got to be super scrawny, isn't it?
Yep. Sort of like imagine a vulture out of your nightmares, and that's the starting point. Okay, so Kaleb chooses Sylph for his summon. We are at the end of round 7 and almost ready to start round 8. Alana, you have 2 picks in a row, 1 side character and 1 whatever the hell you want within reason.
All right, so side character, and I'll take no other spelling, pronunciation, or anything. This is Clarth.
Clarth.
Never Klaus, ever. I love class design. I think it's really unique. I love that I've got access to all the summons now as well. But yeah, I just find him really cool. Like for a research character, like I think he's very boisterous sometimes, but he's very well learned and he wants to do right by people. And
He's a good version of a serious character.
yeah, he really is. I really like him. I've always been really like attracted to him personality-wise and design-wise for like no particular reason. But yeah, I just think he's cool.
He's
There's
also
something nice about like Tales heroes joining the party because you're involved in some really cool stuff that they can do research for.
Yeah, exactly. We need
I like
him
his
because
tattoo.
we're in the past.
His hat, like he just looks kind of like a nomad in the best ways, I guess.
yeah, especially for the
Yeah, it's just
PlayStation
kinda cool
redesign. The original
Yeah.
Super Famicom designs, he has a weirder
Oh, that
hat.
one was dorky as hell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
So bad.
and he's also the first Tales of old man. Do you know how old he is?
He's 35, isn't he?
Okay, that's Lana's guess.
Was he
Well,
27? Is he 27?
Steph, how old do you think Clarth is supposed to be?
24.
Oh, okay, that's a very young old man. Niki, how old do you think Clarth is supposed to be?
I should know this, but I can't remember.
I can hear you Googling it. Come on, just give me an honest
I'm
guess.
not Googling it. I promise.
Wait, this is me just. I'm trying to
Did you
incriminate.
get 29 already in there?
No, Steph guessed 24 and Alana guessed 35.
Okay, I'm putting,
Okay, let's Price is Right it. Whoever's closest wins.
Okay,
29.
Caleb, what's your guess?
I must exclude myself. I looked him up like right as she said his name.
Well, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because Niki got it on
was
the
you we
money.
heard.
It's 29.
Yeah.
It's
I
29.
got
did
it wrong.
Yes.
The
So, yeah.
minute I said it, I was like, yeah.
Apparently, in Tales of the World, he's 31. So
Yeah, the very
Even
first,
older.
the very first Tales of the
more
World
ancient.
game is only a couple years after Tales of Fantasia. But Tales of always has old men that are complaining about the youngins or about how their bones are achy or something. And the first one
Tales
was
of Hearts is the best old man. He is the coolest looking man I've ever seen in my life.
No, I don't like him.
I don't like his personality. I just love his outfit. He looks like a, I don't know. He looks like a aging sports star.
I mean,
he looks
Rowan
like a
is-
rich old man that would hit on you.
He does, yeah. I mean,
I
Rowan is
accept.
the only old man. Fair
Ooh,
enough.
This, the old man is Jade because he's 35, but
Yeah.
in the library, you can read
Yeah.
a book and it says that on their planet,
Yeah.
1 year is like 700 days. So
Oh,
if
that's right.
if that's the case, doesn't that make Jade actually 70 in
Yeah, it
our
does.
Earth years?
yeah.
He doesn't
he,
use
would be,
it.
he would be late 60s.
Or
Yep.
something,
Mhm.
right?
Then what the Graven? Why is he treating his 35 like he is like decrepit and
I mean,
dying?
Raven has got a heart for Blastia heart. He's
Yeah.
He's
literally
got
had
heart
that-
issues, but he's a young man at heart. Okay, that didn't turn out right, but you know what I mean. He made it issues saying heart for that, but you know.
All right.
You know what? Whatever. Okay, these arbitrary ages are ridiculous.
Agreed.
You're all a bunch of children.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Tales games are basically teens going on an RPG adventure, and for better, sometimes it's fun and sometimes it's tiresome. It's kind of nice playing. I've been playing Yakuza 7 a lot recently, and most of the cast or about half the cast are men in their 40s,
Yeah.
which is a nice
How
change.
how often do you get to play games where the like whole cast older than you? Like never.
Never,
Yeah.
and it's not true for this one because I think Psycho's in her 20s and I'm in my 30s, so it may
that's
not it
fine.
may never happen again. We're not going to have our old dogs of RPGs.
Damn.
That's
I also
games
feel like
games where I actually like the kids because they're actually pretty well developed characters.
What in
most
the
part.
Tales series?
Yeah, just in general, I think most of the kids are actually really well done and interesting.
Some of them.
Some of them. We'll get to that when we each choose a character to throw off a cliff.
Oh, I know who you're throwing off now.
But Alana, you still have a pick. All 5 of us have not chosen a flex character yet, so that's going to be the subject for everyone. But it starts with you.
All right, I'm going with the King of all Cosmos from Katamari.
Awesome.
That's a really good choice.
Awesome.
Do I need to explain why?
Nope.
No.
Cool.
Every day.
Ask me, Alana. Ask me that question again.
Do I need to explain?
Na 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 na.
Thank you. Thank you for indulging.
You're welcome. Thank you for indulging. So,
Cool.
Caleb, what's your choice for flex?
So I'm trying to decide. Basically, every character I've picked has been an agent of chaos. So, like, do I need a mom friend or do I just lean into it?
Lean into it.
I think you ought to lean
Thank
into
you.
it.
Yeah, I'll lean into it. I'm gonna go Drippy from Ni no Kuni for my flex.
All right.
Yeah, Namco did publish it, didn't they? I hate
Just a
Drippy.
Scottish madman. No, I love Drippy.
Drippy's hilarious. I didn't get. I got maybe halfway through Ni no Kuni, but like the voice work was consistently great, and Drippy was hysterical.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Drippy's fine. It's the one in the other one I don't like. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the other one is not fun.
No, I haven't
What
played
was
the
that
other
one called?
I don't remember. I've erased most of Ni no Kuni 2, I think, apart from Bracken.
Pink hair.
Yeah, that
There you
one
go.
wasn't as fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been listening to this podcast. You know my type already.
I mean, I think most of us, or several of us, or no, all of us, have included or recruited at least one boyfriend or girlfriend into our teams.
For the team, yeah.
Yeah.
My team thus far is just a bunch of boyfriends and all their pets.
Yay.
It's a beautiful
Yay.
family. It's a beautiful family.
The perfect way to live.
Yeah. I think most of my team is just people who I think would be a cool hang. Like I just love Yuri and Flynn for their friendship, Max for everything about him, you know, good down the line. But anyway, it's not my turn. It's Steph's turn. What is your choice
for
for?
the characters I have figures of, I guess.
What's your choice
it's
for
really my
Flex,
turn?
Steph? Yeah, it is.
Kind of happy about that. Okay, so I'm a big sci-fi fan. I'm a big Xeno fan, so I'm taking Cosmos with me.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm bringing her
Cosmos
in.
from Xenosaga.
Yeah, bringing Cosmos from Xenosaga so she can fire giant freaking lasers at my enemies.
All right, so we have
That
our
makes me
flex
happy.
choices so far: one from Katamari, one from Ni no Kuni, one from Xenosaga. I am definitely not going any of those places.
I know where you're going. So
I think we gotta play
gonna-
Mugen with all these
Do
characters.
you?
and
Okay,
see
all
what
right.
happens.
Do you want my semi-serious answer or my fun weird answer that there's no way you're predicting?
I'll take
Fun
a fun
weird.
one. Yeah.
Fun weird. All right, is the vote all for fun weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of lamenting mine wasn't fun weird. It was just
All
very
right.
basic Cosmos.
I was thinking about maybe going for an extra main character from Tales and picking like picking Senel or Kless, but then decided no. And then I thought about going through the main cast of Tekken 7, maybe my recent favorite fighting game. But that would be my semi-serious answer. But then I decided no. So I'm going to go with Don-chan, who is the taiko drum hero of Taiko no Tetsujin.
Yes.
So
I'm
everyone,
lamenting my serious choice.
everyone
Such
in
good
my
answers.
so everyone in my silly Arch Celsius and the Boys Club can go play on a giant taiko drum for fun and just jam with Don-chan.
But you can dress him up in the new ones. You can put him in a watermelon outfit. It's so cute.
The Switch Taiko no Tetsujin is pretty great, and I haven't bought it yet. I've played it a little bit, but I have not messed around with it on my own. And if I didn't already spend too much money on games the past month, it would probably be in the shopping list. So yeah, I went with Don-chan, the taiko drum from Taiko no Tetsujin.
It's like the only game I ever bought on my iOS back when I had an Apple iPhone.
The Switch one's good. I've only messed around with it. I don't own it, but if you want a drum rhythm game simulator about a smiling drum that you can dress up and is a very good boy, that's
So
pretty much your only option.
Yeah.
So Niki, we have one pick
boy.
left for the whole episode, and you can choose anything from a Bandai Namco game that hasn't already been chosen by someone else. So. And the flex choices so far have been from Xenosaga, Ni no Kuni, Taiko no Tatsujin, and Katamari Damacy. So
Okay, so we are picking a different game, right?
you can pick anything you want. And the flex can be any Bandai Namco game, which includes any Tales game or anything else. Feel free to get weird if you want.
Nikki doesn't say it. I gotta say my runner-up.
Let's give Niki a minute to
Yeah,
decide.
no, of course I wanna hear it, yeah.
Steph, what was your runner-up for Cosmos?
It would have been someone from Baten Kaitos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I didn't know whether we were going with just like developed or published, so I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes
Ooh, I didn't think of that. I don't know the.
I don't even think Sollosi thought that one.
No, well, I thought about it. I thought about it a little
Oh, okay.
bit because I thought about maybe trying to go with a Capcom or SNK character that's in one of the Namco developed
Right.
cross games. But I
Okay.
thought that was cheating a little bit. Good, but and
It,
so
it flexes too much. It
yeah,
flexes too far.
flexing too hard. And trust me, Geese Howard looks good when he flexes.
Sure, yeah.
He does.
Also,
Jesus,
Bandai
yes,
Namco
yeah.
makes so many like anime tie-in
Oh,
games. Like the world of anime is open
Like yeah,
to
like
too.
at least one of the
Getting
Dragon
Goku
Ball.
Super Saiyan 5.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
I need to make sure because now I'm just scared that I've messed everything up. Hold on.
No.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
Follow your heart. We believe in you, Nikki.
Every day,
I don't know because
every
I
day,
listen. I have so many conflicting conflicts right now because I feel bad that now I don't have anybody from Symphonia, but I don't like anyone as much as Zelos, and I didn't play the other game because it was really bad. But
you have-
Richter has long hair and glasses, and that's really good.
Ooh.
my
You have
gosh.
one major contender for Crop Top Crew from Symphonia, who you have
Yeah,
neglected.
okay, no, but listen, he's okay. He's okay, but he's not.
Well, he's in the Crop Top Crew, but he's not in the same group text as
Yeah.
as
He's
Reed.
Ooh,
actually
that's
my
fair.
runner-up for the lava category. Just because
I
of
was
his silly arm thing, where he's like, "I will not use my fist again." I'm like, oh my god, dude, pick a time.
His top is just so croppy. I gotta
the
give him
croppiest
points for
top.
that. It's the crappiest of tops.
I do believe he's the treasurer of the Crop Top Club.
Wait a minute. Oh no,
Yes.
this is.
He's El Presidente of the crop top.
Oh, okay. No, wait,
Literally.
we're fine. Okay, I'm just gonna go with my original flex. Falsetto
Good.
from Eternal Sonata.
Whoa!
Yes, excellent.
Boy,
She's my favorite.
choice.
She was so fun to play. Great character design. Jazz didn't like her because he's an idiot, and she deserves better than Jazz. So she's gonna come with me and all the fellas.
Just to be
That's
clear,
it.
Falsetto's the
We're
wrong
going.
one, right? He is the best character.
Yes,
Because she is the best character in that game.
she
hands down.
is the best
Oh, yeah.
character. I love her.
She's amazing.
Bar none,
I know
best character.
very little about Eternal Sonata, but
It is weird.
I
it's real
love that
weird.
game to death.
I kind of do too. That's what's crazy. Even though I
I
hate
like
it in a
how
lot of other ways,
her
think it's
cape
so
split.
good.
I like how her cape splits like a duster. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so cool.
I actually love her
She's
short hair
great.
too. Like she's spunky in the best way in that way.
I
And she's got those
know.
really, really
She's
long
so
legs,
good.
perfect for like brawling. I think.
Like, this
her and
score-
like Viola on the same team. Dream
Yeah.
team.
Viola
You
was
don't
my
need the other-
runner-up for this.
You don't need the
I
other two
love
slots.
her.
Those legs were
yeah.
made for kicking dudes in the face.
Really,
And
yeah.
she will do that. That's the best part.
Yes.
All right, so everyone has their complete team now, but we have one special bonus round, and that is which character are we going to throw off a cliff?
Yay!
No order, just whoever says it first gets it entered first. Who are we throwing off cliffs?
Ooh, me.
All right, Steph, who we
'Cause
got?
I'm just gonna say we all might be unanimous and just kind of cast our single vote in one if you wanted, but we don't have to. But it's Shirley. It's Shirley.
Oh, Shirley from
She-
Legendia?
She's awful. Yeah.
Shirley is the worst.
She is
person
pretty
ever.
terrible.
She's like the main heroine, but not. She's kind of like a kidnapped wench in the first half of the game.
Yeah, and then she's like a sad sack girlfriend in the second half who just has
She-
pink versions of other people's spells. Like she's
Yeah.
boring. She's boring gameplay and design and story wise. And
She's kidnapped most of the first half. She becomes very sulky. He didn't pick me, girl, for a lot of it, and
Well, yeah,
causes
because
destruction of the world. So
it's-
it's just all bad.
it's kind of her fault that Chloe is way cooler than she is.
Yeah. Chloe was the OTP, I think.
Yeah, like
'Cause
Chloe
Stella
is
the dead.
yeah. Chloe is much better with Senel, and Groon is better than all of them. That's just
Groon
the,
is the best.
that-
yeah, I
that's
have
just
like
the-
Legendia,
that's just the
I
way of
know
Legendia.
the best.
Her weapons are urns, which is a choice, but Tails is full of weird weapon choices.
Legendia in particular is
especially,
full
right?
of because you've got a pen, a straw,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
an urn, and then you've got I can't
the
remember.
Giant
the-
hammer on the healer.
No, a
That's right.
giant hammer on. Well, he's not the healer. He's the. Well, no, he's like a healer and an attack mage. He's just
Okay.
a magic dude. But so, yeah, but like the giant buff dude with a hammer is a magic user. Like
Senel
okay.
had the fists, which I thought was a kind of cool twist, and Chloe was your typical Tails Tiger
Sword,
Blader.
Chloe, despite being a girl, is a sword boy.
Corey. Like Corey.
Yeah. But like, and Sentinel also had he could suplex any enemy, and as his
That was pretty cool.
As his suplex skill increased, he could throw larger and larger enemies.
Yeah.
And eventually
up to
you can do
Sabin style, I can chuck a giant dragon.
Mm-hmm.
No
Yep.
problem.
You got to level up way high, but eventually you can suplex a dragon. But anyway, do we have anyone else we want to throw off a cliff besides Shirley?
Cody Huger from Tales of Krystoria, the father of the main character.
Oh, I don't know
Oh
that fella.
god, yes.
Yeah.
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 What's his
Tell,
deal?
please. Yep.
Oh boy, he has a deal.
Yeah. Do we want to go into it to spoil the beginning?
It's a spoiler that happens kind of early on. I don't know if we want to talk about it.
Skip ahead 30 seconds right now if you don't want to hear it while it gets quickly explained.
Okay, well, he has like an orphanage, and he's like the son, the main character, is like, wow, my dad's so good. He has an orphanage, and he gives these orphans home, right? And then he finds out that he's actually selling them into slavery.
Yep.
And if they're not good enough for slavery, like if the boys aren't strong enough and the girls aren't pretty enough, he says he kills them and sells their organs.
Oh, Jesus
Oh
Christ.
boy, he's like
Yeah,
the opposite of Captain Kazama from Yakuza, who made an orphanage just because he felt bad of the sins of his past.
Aw. That's a start.
Wow, Krystoria is a good game. Play it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
It's good.
Okay, so who else do we want to throw off a cliff in the Tales series?
I feel bad for two reasons. Because one, I'm following a literal slaver, so I feel like no one's going to be as bad as that pick. And also, someone picked this as their
It's not
one
a
of their
race to the
favorites.
bottom.
I hate Tipo.
Yeah, I find it really annoying.
Tipo already
I'm
protected.
sorry, I
You can't throw Tipo off the cliff. He's
Oh,
protected.
I forgot he's protected. Oh, I need a minute then. I'm sorry.
I have two, but they're from the same game, so if I can throw them both off, that would be great.
Go for it.
Why not?
Emil and Marta from Dawn of the New World. They are
They're a couple
awful.
together, sure.
They're so terrible.
Emil's just, I hate to say it, like, he's not really weakness done in a good way. He's just kind of whiny and not in a good way.
Yeah, I
And
mean, Marta
is just kind of very clingy. She's a level 5 clinger and does not stop.
Yeah.
And her plot significance means you got her whimpering and kind of, screaming and whining throughout most of the story, too.
Yeah, that's another. Like, her and Sherry are both voiced by Laura Bailey, and I feel like it's such a waste of her talent.
I actually really like her design, too, and that made me, even sadder that I don't like seeing her on screen.
So yeah, Dawn of the New World could just go in the
That's a
bin,
good one.
actually.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
let's
that's fair.
put
Let's just
Richter's
throw that.
design somewhere else because, long hair,
On Judith, and that
glasses
happens.
boys can be in another game.
Yeah,
Just extract him from that, put him somewhere else.
Yeah, Richter's actually the only good part of that game. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, he was a cool villain.
All right, so Kaleb, do you have a new choice to throw someone off a cliff?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same choice, but a different game somehow. Bienfu from Berseria.
Oh God!
Bienfu's pretty annoying.
Oh,
That's the weird hat familiar. That's with Magic.
Yeah, he's the top hat familiar, which was disappointing first off because I
thought
went
that was
in
a
and I'm
gimmick
like,
that tried to really try too hard.
yeah, I saw the top hat and I was like, oh, okay. But then he's got the most annoying voice. Yes, and he's like. He falls in the pervy mascot category, which is immediately right in the bin. Ugh.
Yeah, that one's not fun.
I love Berseria, and then that happens, and I'm like, why?
Why?
Magilou's obnoxious in the right way. Bienfu is
Oh
not.
my God, Magilou is the best. I love Magilou.
She's way fun. I love that stupid attack where her book comes 100 feet high.
It just stretches and she just smacks them on the head.
Longer! Go! Have we thrown everybody in the lava yet?
Nope, I have one more to choose. And we talked about this person before, but they really are my least favorite Tales protagonist. I'm going with Ruka from Tales of Innocence. So Ruka, or Luca, was a powerful demon god in a past life, and so he is sort of filled with this idea that he should be a giant badass, but really he is just the most annoying sad sack who, like, was the victim of bullying, but instead of rising above it, he's just horrible the whole game. Every single scene he was in, it was like putting himself at odds with this demon king inside him, but never seemed to get wise and get cool. He just sort of was annoying and frustrating.
He had like the coolest alter ego, right? The ultimate badass, and of course,
like I was waiting for him to sort of become that badass over the course of the game, and he never even inched towards it. And like his teammates didn't exactly reject him, but were sort of following him because of his past life and not because of who he was. I just found him to be the most annoying Tales of main character. I thought
in general just kind of sat poorly with me because it's like all about this past lives, and everyone's just like, "Hey, you upset me in a past life. I'm taking you down," and then they just get their ass beat again.
Mm-hmm. And then there was the female lead was kind of a tsundere character, like, "Oh, we were husband and wife in a past life, but I don't like you, I guess." And it's like, "Oh,
Ilya.
God. Ilya's terrible." The only character I liked in that game was the priest girl who would coldly threaten to murder people with knives, because I'm kind of into that.
Angie?
Yeah, Angie's better than the rest of a pretty weak cast.
Sparta's okay as well, the green-haired guy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was just excited sword boy who was literally a sword in his past life. So
that was a sword.
His personality defining characteristic is that he used to be a sword. Thanks, bro.
Well, then should we be upset that sword boy is behaving like a sword?
No, which is why I'm throwing Luca into the magma instead of Spada. But Tales of Innocence, not a great Tales game, but a pretty terrible Tales main character. So let's go over our whole teams. But also you have to pick a team name. So I'm going to recite everyone's team. While I'm doing that, think of your team's name, and then we will name our teams and end the episode. So we, over the course of almost 2 hours, we drafted our very own Tales of Fantasy drafts, and each came up with a Tales of team, starting with Niki, with main character Luke from Tales of the Abyss, followed by Jade, Vicious, Leon, Daus, Nahato, Origin, and Falsetto from Eternal Sonata. Then my team was Yuri from Tales of Vesperia, accompanied by Flynn, Max, Arch, Shugure, Noish, Celsius, and Donchan. Steph has her main character Reed from Tales of Eternia, along with Malik, Estelle, Cheria, Van, Tipo, Gnome, and Cosmos. Kaleb's team starring Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia, accompanied by Rapide, Zelos, Guy and Gaius, interesting, Rolo, Sylph, and Drippy from Ni no Kuni. And Alana with her team rounding out our quintet, starring Ludger from Tales of Xillia 2, along with Eisen, Judith, Clarth, Dist, Quickie, Shadow, and the King of all Cosmos. Oh, one person drafted Cosmos, and one person drafted the King of all Cosmos. Interesting.
They shall fight. Cosmos will lose.
That's a fight I would watch. That is a cool dream matchup. I'm very proud of us for going a little weird with our flex picks. I truly am. So has anyone come up with a team name yet that they'd like to share?
Oh, I got one.
Go for it.
I got two representatives from Graces, so we are Team Tiger Festival.
Team Tiger Festival.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Who else has a name for their crew?
Me.
Hit me, Niki.
Falsetto and the Fellas.
Falsetto and the Fellas.
Hey, love alliteration.
Excellent.
That's all right. That is all right.
I love things that rhyme and alliterate. I can't help myself. I'm a poet, and I am not aware of the fact. Kaleb, what's the name of your team?
Okay, so animals, not the smartest guys. I went with We Dem Good Boys.
We Dem Good Boys.
There you go.
Yeah, my team's pretty weird. But anyway, the team president is definitely Max, so this is going to be Team Hell Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah! Oh no, now I'm under pressure.
It all comes down to you, Alana. What's the name of your team?
Oh God! Oh my word! I actually have no idea.
The team of all Cosmos.
Yeah, go for that. That's fine.
Go for
The Team
what?
of all Cosmos.
Could go like Quickie Cursed Cosmos alliteration.
Let's do that. Do the alliteration one. That's
Okay,
fine.
Team Quickie Cosmos.
Sorry, I'm really bad at team names.
All right.
Not at all. That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah. Okay. It's been a weird 2 hours, but I think it's also been a fun 2 hours. Thank you so much, Niki, Kaleb, Steph, and Alana, for joining me on this strange journey through Tales in celebration of the 25th anniversary of Tales of Fantasia. And thank you, listeners, for putting up with us gab about Tales things for a while. There may have been a better way to do this, but I'm not sure if there was a more appropriate to Retro Encounter way to do this. We somehow came up with 5 teams of Tales weirdos, from dogs that are actually ancient protozoans to cats that are somehow the cat godfathers of the entire continent.
Yes.
Yep.
But we are done with Tales for 2020, but we still have some 2020 left to podcast about. We are doing 2 episodes on Supergiant games, one on Transistor and one on Pyre, to fill out to fill out Supergiant Games month. Tales of month was, I believe, February 2018.
2019.
2019, yes. You and Steph were both on some Vesperia episodes with me. That was a good time.
It was.
And also in 2020, we were doing a year in review episode at the end of the year, as we do usually. The first 2 episodes in January, we've already planned out. I selfishly like to do a spoiler cast of my favorite game of the previous year, right at the start of the new year. And I have 2 favorite games of 2020. So we're doing spoiler casts on Hades and Yakuza Like a Dragon in early 2020. So 1 Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon episode, 1 Hades episode coming in the first half of the month. In the second half of the month, you already know this one, we are doing 2 episodes on Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings and Lost Ocean, that GameCube classic that could have had a representative in this episode, but didn't.
So good. I changed my mind to Gilo. Let that be my flex answer.
Okay, we have a last-minute trade. Cosmos from Xenosaga is being replaced by Gilo from Baten Kaitos Origin. Okay, is it Origin or Origins?
Over.
Oh yeah, Gio's the best character.
Is it Origin or Origins, plural?
Origins.
Okay, so Baten Kaitos Origins.
Many origins.
It's oranges, sorry.
Oranges,
That's the right
correct,
one.
oranges.
Baton Kaitos oranges. There we go.
100% Florida oranges. Excellent. The last minute. Do we have any last minute trades? Do we want any fantasy trades? Really?
I'm good.
Nikki, you gonna offer something for Zelos? Guess not.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to trade Douse for Zelos,
How do you feel, Kaleb?
I think I have to keep my pink.
we
my
will
pink
liberate him
Flamboy.
from you. Don't worry.
Oh no. Okay, I guess
see.
I guess these teams are going into battle. That was not my
Are you
original
ready
plan.
for some football?
We're doing some post-game trades.
I think you should replace that for Sunday Night Football. Are you ready for some football? But are you ready for some podcasts? We have a lot coming in 2020 and planned for 2021. Thank you, listeners, for continuing to listen to Retro Encounter. But Retro Encounter is not the only podcast for RPG Fan. There is also Rhythm Encounter for RPG music. Random Encounter, mostly about randomness, and Phoenix Edge, another weekly podcast mostly about current events. RPG Fan also has message boards, a Facebook page, an Instagram page, a Twitter page, a Discord server, and a Twitch channel with something streaming almost every day. Please experience RPG Fan in your manner of preference. You can also review RPG Fans' many fine podcasts on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, however you are listening to us. We appreciate your listen and your feedback. And Steph, you're our social media maven at RPG Fans, so you're often the person responding to people on Twitter or Instagram. Is that right?
Yeah, so if you ever, drop a line, maybe even on this podcast post or whatever, and just, tell us some of your thoughts on what characters you would have picked. What was it? It was like 3 sides, 1 hero, 1 villain, 1 mascot, 1 summon spirit, and a flex.
That is all correct. Wow.
Yeah, if anybody wants to share some of their favorite characters.
I have a
that's
list
really
right in
cool.
front of me, and I struggled to remember the order sometimes. But yes, listeners, those are the podcasts. That's the rest of RPG Fans. So let's tell you how you can reach out to each of us individually, starting with you, Steph.
I am Dice SMS most places. I love talking video games. I also love drawing a lot of video game stuff, sometimes for actual video games. But yeah, follow me, Dice SMS. So like Dice like the throwing die, SMS like the text messaging, and yeah, let's be gaming buddies together and geek out about things together.
All right, and Nikki, how can listeners reach you directly?
I can't say that because we're going to be planning our liberation of Zelos on there, so that needs to be top secret.
Okay, so
That is fair. That is fair.
Nikki's social media information is either classified or redacted. Alana, how can listeners reach you directly?
Same place as always. Twitter is the best place. I am at Alana Hagues on there. I'm on the RPG Fan Discord as Alana, or you can email me at alanah@rpgfan.com.
And Kaleb, your turn. How can listeners reach you?
So I am a technological hermit and also new to the site, so kind of nowhere. But my first article will be coming up around the same time as this podcast is posted, so that should be cool.
All right, you can find Kaleb on the About Us page on rpgfan.com.
Yeah, it's a cool 100 words.
It's the Mega
Or
Man
send a
icon.
message via Facebook, and I will relay it to him directly.
There it is.
All right, listeners.
Carrier pigeon.
Yes.
You have probably heard me say this 150 plus times, but listeners, you can find me at The Real Monsoon most of the time on Twitter, at Evoker for Dogs other times on Twitter, at Bravely Podcast for even additional times on Twitter. I am also Monsoon Mike on RPG Fans Discord server. Yeah, from Falsetto and the Fellas, Team Tiger Festival, Team Hell Yeah, We Dem Good Boys, and Quickie Cosmos. Thank you, good night, and good luck.